What's up, everybody? What is up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing today? Oh, so is that a little loud? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if it's a little loud. I set it down. I set it down. Don't want it to be too loud. It's hitting the red. I turned it down just a little bit. What's up, Colin? What's up? How's everybody doing? Real Slender Man, Horovac, good to see ya. Good to see ya. Let me get myself an energy drink. How's everybody doing? It's been a while. It's been a while, I know that. It's been a while. It's been a while. So what has everybody been doing? I've been doing good here. I had to take, the original idea was I needed a week, like that first live stream off. There was like some mental health stuff. I was like, I'm gonna take a week, and I looked at everything, and it's like I've done 26 weeks in a row. It's like it's time for just a little vacation, and then I enjoyed it, so I was like, I'll do another one. That's kind of where it is. I just took that break, but while I was doing that, I was working on everything else. Like I didn't just like hey, I'm not working. Like I went hard on some other things. And so something I decided to do was I decided to play around with like a web app. So it looks weird right here, but I have it on the phone. I'm just showing it because it's easier to show it to you on the computer this way. I'll bring it up on the phone too. But it's basically the whole system. It's the whole system. So like it's on your phone. So you click it and it has everything. You go to rescue. So I set up the rescue and then the drill. So like, let's just say the drills, you want to do figure 8 jellyfish. So it's on your phone. You can do previous, you can do next, and then you can click it, and then it takes it says that you're done. And so there's tasks for every single one of them. And so I've been working hard on this. There's a lot of fun stuff in here. But when it comes to the phone, let me go ahead and bring it back up. Let's do this. So here's like my home screen. And this little button right here says Writing Smart. I made it an app. So it's the same thing on the phone. So everything's on here, same thing on the phone. Been working on it. Yeah, I think I was getting to that point, so I was like, I'm going to take a break, Horovac. But I was working on this, and it's a lot of fun, and it's a companion page to the books. So all the books, the Smart Writer system. Now, what the goal is on this is that it's going to be, I'm going to send it to everyone that's already got the book. So it's like, this isn't a paid thing. This way, you're able to, you have the book, you get the digital download with, let's say you buy all of these, right? You get the digital download as a backup just in case you lose it. And you get the book itself, and there's more information in the books than it's on here. But if you want to go, let's say you want to go out and do Writing Smart, and you're going to do chapter 2. You can bring the book out there with you to help you out. But you can just click this, and it has the video because you don't have to scan it anymore. And then here's some of the main points. And that's what I was trying to show you guys. So let me go ahead and show you the same page. Which one is this? Controls, chapter 2. So this is what it looks like on the phone. So it's going to be all weird. But you have the full image there. So you can like just look at it, have it on your phone mount while you're trying to practice. And then if you get stuck, you can actually play the video.
All right, so what we're going to be doing is going over some of the motorcycles.
So it's pretty cool. And then when you finish it, you just hit next, and you're off to the next one. So that's the idea for it. I'm working on a few more things. The only thing I have left to do is in rescue, and it's the hands off. It's the only So it's the same thing. It's the only video I have that I need to get done, but I might be getting it done today during this live stream. We'll see. But yeah, stop major bleeds, how to stop major bleeds. And then it was in collaboration a while back with Prep Medic. So we have a whole bunch of stuff, like how to use all that stuff too. So there's a little bit extras in there. So this will go out. So the idea from this, how you doing, Watster? What part of Arizona? So the whole idea of this is that if you already bought the book, you get free lifetime digital updates. And so you'll get an email. The idea is that you're going to get an email if you bought the system. You're going to get an email to download this. And so you can have it. And then any future purchase will get this also. So now you're getting the digital download. Let's say you get the print. So you get the print and you get this. So it's going to be very helpful. So that's what I've been working on. I've been kind of making all my books into like an app on my own. Well, with AI, it helped out a little bit, a lot. But all the ideas, everything that I've come up with. And the training drills, same thing. Like I said, if you wanted to do that, the drill itself will pop up on your phone. So now you have your phone ready to go. So you don't have to scroll through the digital download to see the drills. You have it on your phone. As long as you have internet access, it'll work for you. So that's what I have there. And then I'm working on the new version of everything. So there's always that. But yeah, that's what I've been working on the last 2 weeks. I feel I've been useless lying on the couch for like 3 months, and you've made an awesome app. Thank you. I appreciate it. I was dealing with some mental health stuff. I think it all comes, like, we do the safety checklist, and state of mind is number one. And my state of mind just wasn't in the right spot. Like I was with my stuff. I categorize it. It's hard to categorize kind of my mind for you guys, but there's like a lot of identities, griefs, kind of like stagnation. I feel like I'm always having to progress. And so like I was sitting with the book, like all these books. I'm like, what can I do? Because I'm working on the new one. It's like a big book. And I got stuck, and I got stuck for probably like a month of like, what do I do? What do I do? And it was good as is, but I was like, man, there's just something. There's something. And so I decided to switch platforms with this app. It was more of like an intellectual exercise to do this. Like, how would I categorize all of this stuff into something more cohesive? Therefore, it's going to help out the bigger book type of a thing. And I started doing that. Well, I started having the issues, so I was just like, yeah, I'm going to take a break and relax a little bit. Go for walks, go for like, do some stuff to like open up that creative part of my mind. And it came up with this. And then for the last 2 weeks, I'm serious, nonstop, I would stay up till midnight or 2 a.m. just working on this. Wake up at like 6, 7, 8 o'clock, depending on if it was midnight. I'll try to get 8 hours if I could. And just nonstop again working on it. And I'm even working on it even more on a different tab that you can't see. Right before we started this, and the best, like the thing that works out for me the best is that the ideas of things, depending on work, relationships, my own personal growth and goals, they're so big. They're so big, and the thing that helps me out tremendously is putting constraints on things. So some people put time constraints. It's like I'm gonna get this thing done by this time. That's a constraint. A lot of people do time constraints. I like to change my constraints based on different standards. And the constraint I put on here for this is that the companion app has to literally enhance the books. without being the books. And it has to serve people, writers, new writers, prospective writers. It has to serve them in a way that if they have no one around them, can they complete this course? I call it a course. It's not really a course, but can they complete this and actually ride a motorcycle? And how long will it take? And so I've been working on this, and there's only so much I could do with what I currently have. So the new book, in the new book, I can get you to ride up and down your street if you had zero knowledge and you have a motorcycle in probably like 2 hours. You know what I mean? Wanted to say thank you. Been using Plan and Avoid a driver way before it could happen. I feel like it's really helped. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad that you're able to see it ahead of time. That's the whole point. And it makes things easier. I've been doing research on what motorcycle helmet, shoes, and suit is best for riding. Is it okay if I can ask? Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, the brand itself, I'm not too concerned about the brand. The way I like to look at it is, and you can go ahead and ask. The way I like to look at it is the safety rating there first. ECE, the newest one, if you can, even the old, even the last ECE, because they update, I think, every 2 years or something like that, or depending on if they find an update. Even if it was like last model of ECE, it's still good. So I look for the safety rating first, and then when it comes to brand, think of brand as like a model. So let's say every helmet is a car. Well, you're going to have like some Nissans. You're going to have some Mercedes. They all get you kind of from point A to point B, kind of have like pretty much the same safety ratings in a way. You know, seat belts, roll cages, and all that stuff. And so when I see a helmet with a brand, I see it as the comfort, the visibility, the helmet shape that they typically design for, or the head shape they typically design for, and then the price usually reflects it. So Shoei, AGV, RI, or HAC, those exactly, yeah. So Shoei's, I love Shoei's. I've never tried an AGV. I have tried an RI and an HJC, and Shoei's are really comfortable. I currently use a Voss helmet because that's like a Nissan Altima of a helmet. I really try to put myself in the shoes of like a brand new rider that's kind of tight budgeted. That's why I bought the Honda Rebel 500 and the Voss helmet. I did splurge on a jacket and pants and boots, so I got some climb gear. LS2 I heard is good too. I've never worn one of them. But yeah, like it really kind of depends on, because I've worn some pretty cheap jackets and pants and they work, but man, I just wanted to be comfortable with plus the climb gear. I bought it specifically because it looks a little bit like firefighter turnout gear. Sounds aligned with the Think Inside the Box book. Oh, I'll check that one out. But I also have to, like, when it comes to all this stuff, I have to connect it all to like business stuff, like how am I going to market it, and it's all learning stuff and it's fun. But the main thing is, how can somebody that just bought a motorcycle that can't make it to the MSF or can't afford the MSF or doesn't want to go to the MSF because they're nervous about failing in front of others, and they're just the type of person that wants to learn it on their own, they just need to have a little bit of guidance and a structure. Basically me. And so I'm making this I'm basically making this book for me, and I'm assuming a lot of you are like that. And so it's like, if I had this when I first started riding, because I didn't have an MSF where I lived, I had to learn on my own. So if I had this when I first started riding, would I really love it? And so I've also been playing a little bit. I've been playing any downtime for creative processes. I've been playing World of Warcraft, And so like I've been really looking at how they gamified progression in World of Warcraft and what I like and what I don't like. And so I've been kind of applying some of that stuff. So in the book, it's not broken up like this. The street, your neighborhood, the parking lot. It's just broken up by chapters. So like this is like your first dungeon is the street, your second dungeon is the neighborhood, and then from the neighborhood to the parking lot is like the test. You know what I mean? So like I've been trying to do that. Same thing with rescue. So rescue, there's something a little new that I'm moving forward or moving toward to is with the rescue. It's kind of like all one thing, right? So it's like, hey, remain calm, ensure on safety, stop major bleeds, quickly assess severity. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, some people it's like this is a lot, and I feel like there's like a big progression jump between ensure on safety and stop major bleeds. Did you, Colin? Did you? I've been playing it a little bit, yeah. And so like that big progression jump from being on, like, let's just go through the thing. So you see somebody crash or a car crash, whatever. You witness it or you pull up and there's someone there. And so your first thing is to remain calm and ensure on safety. That's you doing something without ever touching the person. And then now stop major bleeds is touching the person. And then in order to really quickly assess severity, you're kind of getting in close and doing an assessment. And so it felt like that jump from ensure on safety, stop major bleeds it's kind of big because you need to have skills in order to stop major bleeds. So I decided to switch it, and I'm working with this idea is that there's a hands-off rescue method and a hands-on. And so hands-off, the main goal is remain calm and ensuring your own safety. And so that's what you can do. So if you don't have any knowledge in how to help somebody, you can just do the hands-off version because those people are still useful. Those people can direct traffic. I feel like, is the mic, I don't know if I made an adjustment. Is the mic like peaking out really loud? Just let me know because I can adjust it. So the hands-off, very useful. Somebody direct traffic, somebody call 911, all that stuff. And maybe there's one or two or some people can do hands-on. You know what I mean? So I think I'm deciding to do something like that where it's hands-off, hands-on. It's not peaking. Okay. And then I decided to, in the future, I think I'm going to get rid of master control because it's all 24 drills in a row. I think it's a lot. I have some ideas to make it better. So you can actually like drop these down too if you wanted to. So U-turn proficiency, figure 8, advanced control, or I'm sorry, slow speed and dynamic control proficiency. So I'm making some adjustments for the new book there. And then with Riding Smart, like I said, it's like your street, your neighborhood, but it's all here. And it keeps track. So if you download it on your phone, it keeps track of your stuff. So right now, it says 3 of 83 complete. So 1 of 17 here. So if I go over here, and I'm going to probably change up some of the task lists. I don't want you just to watch the video. I want you to do it. So that it does that. So see right here. And so if I go back, 2 of 17 complete. Now it's 4 of 83 complete. So I have it all kind of set up. So Shmi, we had a funeral for a man in one of my riding clubs who had a medical emergency doing a group ride and crashed. This training helped keep everyone calm and got authorities out fast. Oh, I'm sorry that it was a funeral, but that's I switched into teacher mode on first. It's me. Sorry that happened. That sucks. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of chaos and a lot of emotion going on there. But it does point out that it's like what caused the crash, and I've mentioned this before, Smee, I think on video. I mean, I know on videos, and I'm sure you've been around for them, is that some people crash not because of like a poor skill, but because there was a medical emergency that caused it, like low blood sugar, a heart attack, a stroke, just passing out from dehydration, and then the crash happens. And so then when you get there, it's like, oh no, he crashed, so let's help out with the crash. But in reality, if it was like a heart attack, which I'm going to tell you right now, even if you do CPR and somebody that has a heart attack, it's still pretty low chance of survival. Just it's a better chance. That could be like the thing that caused it. So like that, I'm sorry that happened. That sucks. But I'm glad that everyone is able to keep calm and get authorities out fast. And that's really what I'm trying to get at is like, you know, if not everyone has trauma training, like, you know, how to do direct pressure, tourniquet, packing the wound, because that's like a bigger skill. If I could just get everyone to remain calm and ensure their own safety and do their best. So like in remain calm, call 911. So like I put in here like kind of just like a scenario, same thing, you know, control traffic, wear PPE, don't become a victim yourself. I wrote with him the day before though. Horvath, you crashed? He was a good guy and it was sad, but man, the way they were able to direct people around and gave them jobs so they wouldn't get in the way of any. Yeah, and that's another thing is when it comes to an emergency situation or traumatic experience, and this is another reason why I want to do rescue and I want people to have it, because it is a reality of riding a motorcycle or just a reality of life. Somebody get in a car crash. I use the example of somebody's cooking in the kitchen, drops the knife and it slashes their leg. I've been on calls like that. If you don't have anything to do when there's chaos, you tend to freeze and you're overwhelmed with emotion and senses. So like, that's why you freeze. That's what overwhelm is. It's not that you have a lack of emotion or lack of feeling. It's that you have too much going on. Body shuts it down because it's like, what do we do? I don't know. Just stay still. That's one of the trauma responses. You could fight, fawn, all that other stuff. But then afterwards, if you froze during the incident, if you didn't do anything during the incident, or you didn't feel like you were productive during the incident, that's when PTSD can really kick in. When you feel helpless during, and then afterwards you start thinking over and over and ruminating over and over and over and over again, that's what can cause real problems for mental health. And so if you're able to, at minimum, remain calm and secure the scene and ensure your own safety and kind of do something that you can hold on to during, after the incident, you're able to at least hold on to the fact that, hey, I was controlling traffic. It was bad that it happened. The guy died. Bad things, blah, 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 all that stuff. But it's like I was able to control traffic and keep everyone else safe. So that's very helpful in terms of after the incident. And obviously during. But if you get the extra stuff and you're able to stop major bleeds, then you'll feel even more. So it's like I'm trying to give people skills to be able to do something in emergency situations. And that's why also the plan method is important, because, you know, let's see it ahead of time. Let's take action. 3 things we can do. Don't worry about all the other stuff. But that was part of the idea. Collarbone hair crack, whole side on fire. Oof, some nerves. As a combat veteran, I can say PT. Yeah, and that's the thing is like, and the sad thing is that you're probably going to get it no matter what. It depends on what the spectrum is, because like as a firefighter, and I'm sure as a combat or in combat, you know what to do. It's just that there's so much stuff out of your control, so it doesn't even matter. Like things will just happen. You can only manage and mitigate so much. But no matter what, things that you don't want to happen will happen, even if you're like, you had the skills. It's like, well, I wasn't there, or, you know, I didn't see it happen, or I got to it too late, and you start running through that anyways. But the goal is, at least with this, to minimize how much of that spectrum. I think that's important. We're having a class for it next month. My friend and I are going to take it. Oh, what are you going to take? What are you going to take? What you gonna take? Went for a morning ride this morning and found a nice parking lot practicing. Low speed stuff is my favorite. I've ridden all my life, but practicing. And that's the thing, Fisher Pump. Like, you can get, so like with this, like you can get through riding smart, you can get through rescue, but once you finish riding smart, like you don't need to learn this stuff again. But with the drills, you got 24 drills to do. And you set up the cones once. It's the crash stuff. Let me find the name of it. Okay. Accident scene management. Are you doing accident scene management? I've been on the popular. There was a photo sniper again, but he wasn't on his place and ran towards his camera while I passed him, almost knee to the ground. Oh, snap. The muscle memory kicks in and you get through it. The brain gets back in control after, and it's like, whoa, 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 yep. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Oh, that's part of it? Okay, so I mean, like, accident scene management is a company that puts on crash response for motorcycle riders, and I was an instructor for it for a while, and I've taken a few of their classes, and technically I'm still an instructor, I just don't go out and teach it. They do some pretty cool stuff. They do a lot of the hands off. They do some of the hands on, but I don't think they do tourniquets and stop the bleed. So like I finished chapter 1, so the stuff pops up like that. So it's pretty cool. So major bleeding supplies. This is what's inside my trauma kit. But yeah. I've been working on this. Been working on that for 2 weeks now, and all I need to do is finish one of the books, or I'm sorry, one of the videos. But yeah, it's on the phone. It's pretty cool. So I've been considering whether, oh, okay, he stayed on, went off road. I went, oh, that's not good. A lot of dumb people in cars, LA problems, yep. How you doing, No Friction Zone? We're going to get started on this. We do have, that's just the main YouTube. We have that one. Let's go ahead and bring them all up. Another thing I was dealing with was a copyright strike. I still am dealing with it. You guys remember that guy? I probably shouldn't even be talking about it, but that guy that crashed into the car. I think it quite literally was the last live stream we did. He crashed in that car, went flying, and didn't have his helmet strapped in. Yeah, he didn't like that video. He copyright striked me. So I'm fighting it. Just rolled in for motorcycle fishing. That's different. Usually people are like motorcycle camping. Motorcycle fishing, that's nice. It's called Crash Course for the Motorcycle Learn Motorcycle. Okay, let's take a look at that. Is that by Tremoto? Tremoto put on their own courses, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's Road Guardians. Yeah, it's accident scene management. This one? Yeah, you'll like it. Yeah, Road Guardians. Yeah, I'm a Road Guardians instructor. I'm an ASM instructor. You're going to like it. You're going to like it. It's a good course. It's a good course. Yeah, that was during the time, like, when I first started, like, doing the safety stuff. Like, I did come from the firefighting side of things. And then I became an MSF rider coach. Then I became an accident scene management instructor. And like I just kept trying to gather more tools and more skills, and so I can teach, not only take the classes, but then become the instructor version of these classes, so I can understand the student's perspective and I can understand the instructor's perspective and the why on everything. So I was like really gathering all that information. I flew out to Vegas. No, I drove to Vegas. To become an instructor, and it was a lot of fun. And so like I got all that, and then I started realizing that like, okay, there's some things I can change and do, but it's obviously not my thing. So I mean, I still have the MSF Basic Rider Course cards. You guys been to the MSF before? You see the instructor with these cards? I was doing all that, and I was like, you know, there's some things I could do differently, not necessarily better, but differently for these people that watch my videos. And so that's why I designed the system. So this is basically like the MSF for people at home. This is like a very quick accident scene management. Comes with a nice little card. And then the Smart Rider drills. This one I got the idea from watching a lot of Moto Gymkhana and paying attention to like the police rodeo. And I'm like, man, all these cone designs and patterns are just absolutely insane. It would take forever to put together. So then I was like, you know what? How can I make a system where you only set up the cones once and you can do tons of different drills? That's kind of like where I got it. I tore out his bar end weight with my forearm. Holy, oh my gosh. What the heck? But we got some crashes and close calls today. It'd be kind of cool to be able to do the hands-off video today in these videos. So if all of a sudden you start seeing me talk like, hey, we're doing the hands-off, like it's more of an instruction, that's what we're doing. I'm making the video for that chapter, and it'll go live. So like I said, for everyone that's just now joining, I created an app. So I created an app of all the books. Everything's in here. So that's what it looks like. You can put it on your phone for like that drill. And it's for all the books, the whole system. And if you bought the books or the digital version of this, you will receive an email when it's complete, and you're going to get access to it. So no extra purchase, no nothing. It's just going to be added so that you have now an app so you can do everything on your phone. It's most, if not all, the information still in the books, the digital version too. This is just going to help you while you're out there on the bike. You can put it on your handlebars and you know what to do next. And you can watch the video for anything else. Anytime I update it, you'll get the update. Geez, you rode home 150 kilometers away? What the heck? That sucks, dude. You had a lot of time to think. Yeah, you had a lot of time to think on that way home. But you made it home. I call it a win. If you make it home, right? Hey, you're gonna have a story to remember and talk about. You know what I mean? It's just not a fun moment. But it will become a fun story. That sucks though. We do have, like I said, we have 5 videos today. Let's kind of go through some of this one. I haven't seen these. Okay, so this is the highest moment. Let's take a look at this moment real quick. Oh. What do we got here? Ooh, this might be a good... Let's take a look. This might be a good hands-off rescue. What pattern is that, everybody? Let's make sure we have 720. No, we're doing 1080p 60 premium.
No time to avoid.
What pattern is that? I haven't seen this video. It's an open lane pattern. There you go. There you go. I haven't seen the video, so there's a gap right there. We're armchair quarterbacking, obviously after the fact, but you see the gap. Ooh, I gotta get my pen out. Let's get the pen out. Where is that? Where are you going? Where's the pen? There it is. You see the small gap right here? You see how like the shadows, like shadow, they're kind of like even, but then there's like a big gap of no shadow right there. You see how like that That's the kind of stuff I pick out, especially if I'm in open lane. I don't like this spot. More than likely, I'd be in the right lane. So we might talk about that a little bit.
Avoid the collision.
I did not see, I swear I did not see the video. I did not see it. You start finding these. Do you guys see that stuff too when you're out driving? I'm curious. Do you guys see that when you're out driving? Like you see the gap. It's like the open lane pattern. Starting to feel like, I don't know. I have an escape to my right or I have a lane to my right. I can get away from all these people and I can have a better view. Do you guys see that? Like, do you feel that when you're out riding and you're out driving? Let's just take a look at this because this might be a hands-off rescue video. So he decided just to drop the bike. There was the impact. She's down. Traffic needs to be controlled.
Don't move, don't move. Don't move, bro. Hurry. Don't move, okay?
Unconscious. Ooh, that might be... Well, let's see what this one is because this one had the high... Oh, don't hit the bike that's parked. Hopefully nobody crashes into them. Oh. These two might be a good hands-off video because it's traffic control. Two different scenarios. These two might be really good. I don't know about that. That's a Honda Rebel? That looks like 1100. See, group rides are the best when it comes to rescue training just because there's more people. Oh, you messed that one up, didn't you? What's happening here? This looks like Arizona. I think I know this spot. This is east of Phoenix. Yeah, this is east of Phoenix. A lot of people do that over here in Arizona.
Hey! It finally happened.
It finally happened. So let's just go ahead and pull it up. So we're going to start after this. Maps. Let's go to Arizona. I know, if this is what it is, I think I know where it's at. Tortilla Flats. So this is a fun little spot to go to for like, they have like a little restaurant right here. Good burgers, very good burgers. But a lot of people from Phoenix, they come down here and they go up this road and this, all of this is what you, I think what you saw. Let's see if I can, yeah, there we go. Let's do that. People love riding this road. People love riding this road. And then they come down to, they keep going. A lot of people keep going. Some people just stop at Tortilla Flats. Oh, I remember this bridge. Hey, look, it's a rider. What the heck? He probably did that. That's pretty cool. Is it gonna be the same guy? No, it's the guy in the car. But people love this road. I wonder if we can actually find where he crashed. Why are we off in the desert? See, that's why I think it was, because they have a lot of these on it. But I think that's where he's at. Yeah, so if you're ever in Phoenix and you never knew about this road, there you go. Head out to Tortilla Flat. It's technical. You don't want to be going super fast. Just enjoy the road. I was stuck in a three-way jam. But yeah, this is the area. This could happen.
Hey!
That looks like Tortilla Flat. So we might actually go over this video as a rescue hands-off, and even this one. It's like, what do you do? What do you do? We'll see. We'll see. How's everybody doing today? We don't have pizzas. We have donuts. We don't have tacos today. I'm going to work on getting us tacos because it's Taco Tuesday. All right, here we go. I have to get back into it. I had to warm up a little bit. We're going to get into it. Is there pizza? You're too allergic? Let's get some pizza. It's about lunchtime. Let's get some pizza. Can't have anybody allergic. Need you to be paying attention in class. All right, we got pizza. All right, sweet. Grab yourself a slice of pizza, micheladas, and breakfast burrito. Oh, breakfast burrito. You're hungover, aren't you? You're hungover, aren't you? I'm a big fan of breakfast burritos. Like, I'll eat breakfast burritos for breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert, snack. I love bacon, potato, egg, and cheese. Now you're just hungry? Michelada sounds good, though. Just kidding. I don't like micheladas. I like the beer that's in them. But yeah, we're going to jump into this one. We have to get going. We have 5 videos. We can't stay here too much longer because I'm going to get tired. My voice is already... It's already gone. It's not warmed up. And that's another thing. I was trying to give my voice a break. It didn't really help. I don't know. Maybe something's going on. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Let's take a look at this MotoStars video. So we're going over crashes and close calls.
Crazy situation.
He likes to talk at the beginning, but we're going over the plan method. So everything that I talk about is in the motorcycle system that I have here. There's books and digital and everything. But, oh, we just got hit by a car. So, position for safety, locate hazards. We're going to have to assess and navigate. Not much we could have done in that situation. Let's go ahead and just take a quick look. It looks like our buddy was filming us. He's got a strap on, so he's at least being safe. He's strapped here, guys. And then maybe the car behind him wasn't paying attention, just hit us. Okay, there's not much we can do there, but part of being a smart rider is acquiring and using personal protective equipment just in case, because falling down to the right hip, you know, you have your arm, your elbow, and your shoulder, and you might actually be stuck underneath the bike.
Hey, back up, back up.
You guys can make your jokes there.
Back up. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're probably more upset about the Beamer.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So another thing that we talk about is rescue. So we might have a video in here where we're going to be going over rescue. So remaining calm, ensure on safety, stop any major bleeds. So let's go and take a look. Let's go and move on. Let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
All right. So intersections are hazardous areas. Let's go ahead and watch out for any traffic. Looks like a giant roundabout. We tend to have those in Arizona. So people are going to come out. Okay, roll off the throttle, apply some brakes. Oh. You can hear her screaming. She stopped in the intersection. Now, whose fault was it? Yeah, it's her fault. I get it. She wasn't supposed to do that, but we're going 20 miles per hour. This is why it's super important to, you know, learn progressive braking. We do that in the book, okay, guys? We practice that in the neighborhood so we get good at it. So what you're doing is you're giving a little bit, get a little bit of weight on that front tire, then more. So we should kind of see that. Now they stop right here. This is the moment we perceive that this is going to be the issue. Now we have to start reacting and responding. Now here's the thing. Your initial preconception to this is that you're riding and that's the exit that you're supposed to take. So that's where I need to go. That's where I'm going to go. I must do that. This person is blocking my way. We're in a roundabout. Pivot. Make a different choice. Go ahead and do the roundabout one more time. That's an option, right? Think outside the box just a little bit. You're not going to get exactly what you want. You have to do an extra loop. It might be fun. Have your fun. But go ahead and do an extra loop. Because there's three things we can do in an emergency situation. We can emergency brake, emergency accelerate, and emergency swerve. You guys were saying I was saying mercy because I wasn't pronouncing it. I like saying America, not America. So emergency. So we could go ahead and do an emergency swerve to the left to continue the roundabout. We could do that. We could do emergency braking with emergency progressive braking. Now, emergency acceleration might just get us in a worse spot, but that's where we're at. So you just make a quick pivot. There's things that we can do. Now, who's at fault? The car. Okay, cool, at fault. But now my bike is damaged, and now I have to deal with insurance, and now I'm possibly hurt. I don't care who's at fault. I just don't want to get hurt. What's the end goal? To win? Who's at fault? An argument? No. The win that I want to have is to make it home. So I'll do what I have to do, even though idiots on the road are going to cause it to where I can't do it as efficiently and as what I wanted to do. Okay? Now, the car's job could have been emergency accelerate, right? All right. So big group ride. What do we got here? Somebody on the ground, running, gets hit by that car. Just kidding. Hope not. Wear some gear, please. I get that you're trying not to get sunburned or something, but hey, we have another person. Oh, that's where the bike ended up. See how far the bike ended up? Is that a Honda Rebel 1100? I have the 500. It's a lot of fun. I was thinking about 1100. What's up, girl? Just kidding. Oh, this is what caused it. All right, let's take a look. High risk. Oh, he fell. Oh, the bike's just, that's why the bike wants to stay up. The bike wants to stay up. Cruise control, it hit a car. Great. Now you're going to have multiple issues. That's the thing. That's a good point I want you guys to understand, because I know a lot of you, even me included, when I first started, I was holding on for dear life when I first started, and I was really trying to like control all those micro movements in the handlebars. And what you realize is that when you do that and you hold on for dear life and you're trying to manage those micro movements, you're actually creating more problems. If you notice, the bike itself really just does want to stay upright. You see how it's riding pretty straight. The only micro movements you're trying to prevent it from doing is going to the other lane. So it's actually, you can not let go, but you can do less on the handlebars, grip more with the tank with your knees, and just kind of like chill. The bike's going to want to do what it's going to want to do, unless you have some actual mechanical problems with the bike. So it's going to do what it's going to want to do. Promoted to pedestrian, right? Slenderman, yeah. Promoted to pedestrian. All right, let's see what we can get from the other videos. Let's go and take a look. Let's get past this. He seems to be doing fine. Let's go back just right here. Went too far. All right, here we go. That's a different camera guy, because now we're seeing the original. All right, here we go. We're coming up to here. Hey, nice little trike. Open lane pattern right there. Intersection is a hazardous area. We're riding side by side. It's a little too close, because if I swerve right, I'm going to hit that person. They swerve left, they're going to hit that person. There we go. There was nothing we could have done because they couldn't swerve left. We couldn't swerve right. We were kind of just stuck and kind of complacent in everything. That we have somebody on the ground. And there's traffic. Okay. Everyone's stopping. Very good. Okay, so actually this is a good video when it comes to, obviously, like, there's a few things here. There's going to be the open lane pattern that we should have looked out for, group riding mechanics in terms of, you know, not being side by side in blind spots. You want to be staggered. But this is a good video on hands-off rescue. So hands-off rescue is remain calm, ensure your own safety. Stop major bleeds is when you start putting your hands on the person and quickly assessing severities on the backside. You can do this visually, but in order to actually take care of some of that stuff, you're going to have to do that treatment part where you're going to have to lay them down. You're actually going to have to put a blanket on them or an emergency blanket that Tremoto has in there. Actually, I don't think they have it in theirs, but you can get an emergency blanket. So we're going to be talking a little bit about remain calm and ensure your own safety in this part. So first and foremost, we're riding. It is what it is. There's an open lane pattern right there. Intersection is a hazardous area. There's a lot of traffic, and there's a side of the vehicle right there to the right. But right here, we have an open lane pattern. So anybody can pop out, cause an accident, big issue. We talk more about that in the plan method. So somebody did come out. There's the impact. So frontal impact, all that stuff. But we are safe. We are safe as the guy with the camera. So we see we see the incident. Now it's our turn to do the hands-off rescue. If that's all you can do, if you don't have the training for stop major bleeds, don't worry about it. At minimum, hands-off rescue. But hands-on, if you get that information, take a stop to bleed class, you can do the stop major bleeds if there was a bleed, okay? But right now we're talking about hands-off. So remain calm. What we need to do is call 911 or tell someone else to call 911. First we got to remain calm so we don't crash ourselves, and then we do that. So right now, remain calm, and the next step is ensure our own safety. And we typically look for hazards, and we're going to put on some gloves if we're going to be doing stop major bleeds, but we need to remain calm so we don't crash ourselves. We can't help the person if we crash ourselves. We need to ensure our own safety, because if we get injured and taken out by a car, we can't help that person. So we get up to here. This is the moment you're like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Remain calm, remain calm, remain calm, remain calm. We drop the bike. We just wanted to do that. It is what it is. We're kind of in that hyper sense. It's fine. You do what you want. Now, the ensure our own safety part. Look at all the traffic. We see in these crashes and close calls a lot of idiot drivers. A lot of idiot drivers not paying attention. We call it rubbernecking in the fire service, where somebody's literally doing what I'm doing. So, hey, there's a crash, and they're supposed to be going this way. They're looking this way, going down the road. There's a crash there. Their neck becomes rubber and just stays. And while they're doing that, they're traveling. Boom, they hit somebody. They hit us as firefighters. So we could have somebody not paying attention, being on their phone. We could have somebody rubbernecking. We could have somebody being just a complete idiot and be like, what's that on the road? I don't care. I got a big truck. I'll go ahead and run it over. So that's where ensure our own safety really comes into play. And so if you can't do anything for the person on the ground because you don't have any major bleed training, you don't have any training when it comes to hands-on stuff, knowing how to do an assessment, at minimum, what you can do is remain calm and ensure your own safety. While you're ensuring your own safety, it's ensuring this person's safety. So being able to, if you can't do anything, you don't know what to do, and you maybe have more people, you can stand over here and start doing this. Grab somebody's attention. Grab somebody's attention. Like, just move. Go this way. Go this way. Go this way. Go this. Direct traffic as best you can so that somebody doesn't run us over. So if you're in a bigger group and somebody can do stop major bleeds, well, your job would be over there and then calling 911. So we have Cardo Pack Talks here. There's a discount for that. You can keep your helmet on, and you can go ahead and dial on your phone, and you can talk, and now you have basically headphones while you're talking, while you're doing your hand stuff to get people away from the incident. So that's what you can do there. Okay, so that's for hands off. Let's go ahead and see if there's another incident that we can use for hands off, because this was in an area where there's, there's an intersection back there, so everyone was going kind of slow in the first place.
Don't move, don't move. Don't move, bro. Hurry. Don't move, okay?
All right, so we're here on the highway. Okay, why are we all pulling over? Don't know why. There's not a person there on that bike. Oh, there's somebody on the ground. Okay. Once again, we're going back to rescue. If you don't have the major bleed training, go take a stop the bleed class. Highly recommend it. It's going to teach you direct pressure, applying a tourniquet, and how to pack the wound. So now you can implement that into rescue. But if all you have is the knowledge from this video and then just some of the stuff that I talk about in the live stream, is that we remain calm and ensure our own safety. Right now, we need to remain calm. Our bike is, got hit. We got hit. Check ourselves real quick. Everything seems to be fine. I need to ensure my own safety because at the end of the day, we're on a highway. High movement of traffic. It's going to be hard for them to see us. They already hit this guy, so that's not good. Now, we can go over mechanism of injury all we want when it comes to this person, but at the end of the day, we're focusing mainly on remain calm, ensure our own safety. So he got hit. Now, the best thing we could possibly do, let's see if I can get a better image. The best thing we can possibly do is get up off of where we are right here because we fell down. Right here is because where we fell down. And to move closer to the edge. If you needed to, you could jump over, jump back, whatever it is. That person that's on the ground, that's not a good spot for them to be. Let's see where they ended up, actually. Let's go ahead and go over here. Let's see if we're able to see where they ended up. Okay, let's just go ahead and keep it right there. Let's just say they stopped right here. They ended up right here. They're still in the roadway. So if you're going to be helping that person hands-on, you might be in the roadway. So one of the best things that you could do when you learn it, if you take a stop the bleed class or even an accident scene management class, you're going to learn what's called an emergency drag. And you're going to be able to drag the person this way, keeping their spine in line. This way they're not in a bad spot, possibly getting hit by traffic. Now, one thing that you can do when it comes to hands-off, because that's hands-on, let's see if we can get a view the opposite way. Look up. I want you to look up. All right, there. Let's go back just to that. Let's go back just to there where we saw. Right there. Okay. That's the best we're going to get for a view. One thing that you can do if you're hands off and you have some buddies that are hands on, especially in this group ride, or you're just not comfortable, like you don't want to touch somebody that's like, ew, blood's gross, or I'm scared to do something. Okay. At minimum, what you can do is call 911 right away. That's your job. Call 911, get emergency services on the way, and then ensure your own safety. And so what you can do is walk up way up here because we're going by speed here now, right? So you're going way up there. So you're doing the same thing. You're doing this on the shoulder. So you're going to stand way up there, probably where that other vehicle is. You're going to stand way up there and you're going to be doing this, grabbing people's attention. Because you don't want them to hit the person that's on the ground. You also don't want to get hit. You're facing traffic coming at you. So if you see somebody acting like an idiot, jump on the barrier or over the barrier as quick as possible. But constantly keep doing this so that you can hopefully ensure your safety and then the person that is on the ground and those that are actually helping that person. So that could be your job as a hands-off rescue person. Now, hands-on, you're going to learn how to direct pressure, apply tourniquet, and pack the wound. And that's going to be a little bit helpful. But while you're doing that, you're still trying to look down and be like, is anybody coming? Is anybody coming? Because if anybody is coming, they're not slowing down, they're not stopping, they're just going right at you and the person you're helping, you might have to just jump out of the way and the person that you're helping is going to get hit. It's either both you or him or her. It sucks. Do whatever you need to do, but either way, make sure you ensure your own safety and remain calm. Okay?
Oh my God, bro.
All right, here we go. Boom. Got hit. All right. So intersections, high dangerous area. It's a hazardous area. So we talk about the plan method right here. So locating hazardous areas. We see somebody coming out of this building or this parking lot, their side of the vehicle right there. Is it a relevant threat? Yes, it's in my path of travel, and I seem to be going kind of fast, I'm assuming. I don't know, his RPMs are kind of low right there, but unless it did a full circle. But we're going pretty fast. We don't really have much of an escape route. So when we have to navigate this active threat, what can we do? Emergency swerve, emergency accelerate, emergency brake. We're a total stopping distance for our braking right now isn't going to be good. Okay, even in a car, we probably still would have hit them, even though you have 4 wheels and multiple more brakes. So the only thing we can do is try to thread that gap, and he tried to do that. I mean, you could try to swerve left. I don't know what's on the other side. I know what's over here because I can see it, so I'd probably go for that one. That's pretty much all you can do. So before entering this area, because you notice it's an intersection, maybe don't go as fast like you were. I mean, I think he's speeding. So there's the impact. He might not be speeding. That person just did something stupid. There was cars coming, so he tried. So 50 kilometers an hour is the speed limit. I wonder how fast we were going. I don't know. Either way, it's a bad situation. This is why we wear gear, just in case. That's going to be high mechanism. But you could try for that little gap. What do we got here? It's a weird angle. Can't see much. Somebody hit us. Or no, the camera fell. Camera fell. Wear some gear, bro. Randomly stops in the middle of the road. No stop sign whatsoever. We're on an e-bike.
Situation you never saw.
My name is Anger Dingus. Okay. Why would you stop in the... What has he got? He's got a fishing pole? So we're on e-bikes. So it's the same concept when it comes to plan.
But it's one of the easiest way to end.
Now, why would they do that? I don't know. But he tried to find an escape. Didn't really work. Thankfully, it wasn't high speed. It is what it is. All right, in the mountains. Oh, we made a small mistake that cost us. So what he was doing is just swerving left and right, going back and forth. So he was left here, and he's going, I'm going to swerve a little bit right. Oh, crap, a little too far. Went off-road. Pay attention. Probably a little tired, maybe. Rain riding. Okay. Hey, we got a nice little impact. So passing on the right, Gerza. Not very smart. Let's see, was that vehicle in the left lane first? Nope. You decided to pass on the right. Right where an intersection was. Not the smartest. And you're the president? I don't know. A little bit impatient, I guess. All right, nice and chill. Going through a parking lot. On our bike. We're coming up. There's the side of the vehicle. Put our visor down. Nice little swerve out of the way. Moving on. That was a close call. It is what it is. Hey, we're in Arizona. On the way to Tortilla Flats. All right. So this is not a place, especially in this section of Tortilla Flats, I'm assuming that's what this is not a place you're going to want to go 46 when it's recommended 15, little squiggles. You got that dangerous rattlesnake looking sign right there. And we have a blind corner coming up. This is why I have my motorcycle GPS on my phone on my handlebars using rock form. Link in the description for that. It's going to let me know, like a little mini map, what's coming up. But we're going 40 something. Recommended again 15. The chevron's indicating. And there it is. Hey, we didn't go off.
Hey.
That's better. That's a good sign. So he did have his GPS.
Hey!
How did you not know that was gonna be a sharp turn? Thought you could handle it, could you? Yeah, it finally happened. Yeah, it's not a good deal. You're thankful that no other cars were coming around. All right, let's move on. There you go. Fix your mirror. So he knows that these sharp turns are coming up. He's got his GPS right there.
Oh, I broke off my peg.
Oh, he broke the peg off. Time to go home. All right, wear some gloves, please. Oh. Slammed that rear brake. Wasn't going to stop in time. Everyone's going to crash. We didn't panic. All right, moving on. Oh, went up and over, right hip, and now he's on a backboard, C-spine. He's going to go to the hospital. Not fun. All right. Oh, was that a wallaby? We're in Australia here. That's a wallaby. That's the deer of the outback. It's either a kangaroo or a wallaby. That looks like a wallaby. It's a little wallaby. All right, so animals can't do much. It's like a deer. It sucks. That's why we wear gear. Acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case. Whew. Remain calm. Ooh. Remain calm. Very good. Gosh, that looks like it's AI for some reason. Why'd you stop? Why did you stop? Yeah, I'm going to hug her for making a mistake. All right. All right. Keep going. Got a little scared. So once again, you have three things you can do. Emergency accelerate, emergency swerve, emergency brake. She chose emergency braking. Okay, she chose something. It's our job to also pay attention to that. Can't assume, hey, it's a gap I would do, therefore you should go. I get to just go ahead and go along with that. It is what it is. She could have accelerated through. She could have, but she didn't. Just hope nobody's hurt, you know, that kind of a thing.
This cyclist learned the hard way while running.
All right, so we're going to go ahead. Oh, cyclist, what's up? So cyclist wasn't paying attention. He ran a red, possibly. I'm assuming that's why we posted the street light at the beginning. So we crashed into them. It is what it is. All right, open lane pattern, good. This is a good spot. I want to point out is that if you can't lane split or lane filter, actually stopping right here off to the sides. So we're stopped right here off to the side, not right behind. That's really good. So you're setting up for a lane filtering position, but you just can't lane filter. And this way, if somebody from behind you isn't paying attention, hopefully they're going to hit that Volkswagen. Or if you're paying attention enough, you have an escape like it was a lane filter. So we decided to do this instead. So he decided just to cut. And it's green. Okay. Nighttime riding. Are we wheeling? Yeah, we are. Oh, there it is. We landed a little off, hit the ground, and then it started doing this. So if you don't wheelie, you don't really have this problem, but it's basically, yeah, it's a tank slapper. So if you're speeding, you might get that, but people wheeling, that has a problem. All right, so we're getting through here, probably racing our buddies, full gear. Oh, see a dust up ahead. Somebody crashed, so it's time to remain calm. There's some grass on the ground now. Remain calm, ensure own safety. And if you have any of the hands-on training, do stop major bleeds if there is any major bleeds. But right now we can kind of direct traffic, make sure we don't get hurt, make sure we don't get hit. Watch out when you put that side stand down in the grass, it might fall over. All right, let's go ahead and check up on them, see if we can do any major bleed stoppage. All right, we're moving on, I guess. DTM likes cars. All right, sharp turn. That's a sharp turn. Oh, we're in gravel. Okay, interesting. Scooter boy decided to crash it. Okay, these are just going by quick. We're starting to get a lot more of these vertical videos, so we're gonna get shorter clips because a lot of people like to post it now on like TikToks. How did you do that, buddy? So these guys are all racing around traffic, not really giving themselves much room to do anything. He had to go left around that car and he hit the curb. That's your fault. Just don't do that. Ride with traffic. That's your fault. All right, remain calm. It's your own safety. Get out of the road. Stupid hat right there. That's not a helmet. Let's just stay in the road. All right. All right, so he's stuck. We're going to go ahead and go around. We got a camera guy maybe, or just some weirdo. Interesting. Why is this in this video? Write in the comments why you think that's in the video. This is kind of weird. Oh, that's why we have a video. That impatient guy. The impatient guy crashed. This guy... Oh, I'm boxed in. I gotta probably cut through these people. I want to go through the open lane. We get distracted by this gerbil over here. Okay, so he's gonna want to probably come through here. Maybe he passed on the left of the truck. I'm trying to get out of the way. He just hit the curb. Once again, we can remain calm, ensure our own safety. If we don't have the stop major bleeds portion of rescue, we can at least get EMS on scene as quick as possible because we're going to do that job. But we can't crash ourselves.
Are you okay?
He was indeed not okay. All right, so we got a fracture in, looks like a thumb. So I do talk about this. You can get skier's thumb. So a skier's thumb, let's go ahead and bring it up real quick. So with skiers, they have those poles, and when it gets stuck in there, it kind of like, here's the pole, so they're holding on to it. It could do this to them if it gets stuck. That's why it's called skier's thumb. Let's go ahead. There it is. So it's kind of like that, but when you're riding a motorcycle, you're doing the same thing. You're holding on to it, and so you're holding on to it, and then you go forward violently. Yeah, you could break it right there too. So he probably got skier's thumb. Right there. So it can happen. It can happen. Crazy stuff. It's the way the body works. What's the rush? Come on, push. It's like, hey, let's remain calm. Let's move off.
Are you okay?
No, his hand, you see how he's guarding it? He's doing this. And he's got road rash. You guys saw the road rash? Where do we have gear? I mean, he's obviously not wearing any gear. I tend to pick, there it is. Look at that. It's right on the elbow. And we have abrasion resistance on our gear. Guys, wear some gear. You're not going to prevent the skier's thumb, but at least that. Oh, slammed the brakes and it messed up everything in our body. That's us slamming the brakes hard. So remember 3 things: progressive braking, swerve, or accelerate out of it. So he slammed it pretty hard, but it worked. It worked. All right, we're racing. What are we doing here? Is this the Isle of Man? This has got to be like race footage. There's no way that idiots are doing this on the... Yeah, it's got to be race footage. I was like, there's no way there's idiots doing this on the regular.
When I was lying there in the
All right. Okay, we wheelied, landed on our left side. Hopefully we're doing okay. Once again, we got to remain calm, ensure on safety there. So, all right, here we go. Helmet full of thoughts. Gonna go around, nice little turn, not make it. Hit the curb. It kept us on. We wall rided. We're moving on. When all of a sudden I see something in the corner, okay, here we go. So there's a corner going right. Oh. Hey, we can rescue. Why are you going? Well, okay, came back. Okay, we have wildland firefighters. A lot of these wildland firefighters are only considered first responders, not EMTs. So they're basically just trained for basic first aid, and their main training is firefighting. And so if you do have more training than a typical first responder, you actually might be the person directing the medical call. And it's happened to me once. I saw a crash on the way to Tucson from Yuma, and I was first on scene with a Border Patrol agent off duty, and he only had certain training. So I actually had to take over, and I was an EMT. And then firefighters showed up, but it was just firefighters. So they actually let me run incident command. I mean, I was also a firefighter at the time, but they let me run incident command because I was the highest level of EMS on scene. And somebody that would take it over for me would be another EMT or a paramedic. All right, there's the open lane pattern. Switched over. Good job. The car slowed down, stopped. We got back into our line. Handled that. That was really good. Don't get pissed. I can't... How's a guy with no legs riding? That's interesting. So we're just gonna get mad. All right, here we go. So we're speeding. We're going way faster than the flow of traffic. We have somebody wanting to switch over. Last second, we swerved out of the way. We down the music. All right. So don't speed on that one. So for those of you that want to learn how to rescue, hands on, hands off, all the other stuff, or even just learn how to ride a motorcycle, grab the system. Everything we talk about in these videos, learning how to ride and how to help somebody after a crash, is from the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. Check it out, link in the description. Free shipping in the United States if you get the physical version, and you can get a cone kit too. You only need 10 cones for all the drills and all the stuff in there. But I'll see you guys on the next live stream. All right, that was fun. I need to warm up. I am like slow right now. That was a good, I think that might be, I think that might be the hands off. At least the first part. Like I might redo that at some point, but I think that's good enough to go into the companion app. And so the app is pretty much done once I edit that video. So those of you that are just now joining, is that I have designed, while I was gone for 2 weeks, a companion app for the book system. So here's my home screen. I got a lot of apps. It's right here. Oops. And you have a companion app. So all the stuff that I'm talking about. Let's go to the drills. So here's all the drills. You just click one of them. It'll take you to the video of that drill. This is the jellyfish. And so now you can have your phone on your handlebars and you can do the drill, and then you can say, hey, I did it. You click it. It'll show that you did it. Right now there's a lot of green screen stuff. And you could just, hey, I got the next drill. So that's what I've been working on the last 2 weeks, and that's going to go out as soon as it's done. There's going to be an email for all of you that have bought the system, whether it's digital or the physical version. You're going to get an email with a link to download the app. So now you have the companion app. Boom. And any updates, you're going to get that. So that's part of the system, is that whenever I do any digital updates, you get those digital updates. How you doing? I thought, yeah, you didn't miss them. I was gone for 2 weeks. I was working on this and then working on... Oh, that's why. That's why. The audio was really high on one side. On my end, it was showing, it was clipping. But that's what I've been working on. I took a break because I needed a break mentally. And then I couldn't take a break mentally from work. So I just was working on an app. I did 26 weeks straight of live streams. This is the first real break. I took a break like one day. Like some days I'd do a Wednesday instead of a Tuesday. But this one I was like, I need to just take a week off. And then after the week was done, I was like, I need another one. And then I was like, I need to get back into it. And my voice is I don't know, maybe there's something going on. I think I've overused my voice. Getting bored. I don't know. But I worked on the app and I got that going. So I think that video I just did with the hands off, that's good enough just to be in there. Because the book does most of the stuff. Every other video, everything's done. That was literally the last thing. I might change up some of the tasks. But that was one of the last things. And so, let's just say this weekend. Let's put a constraint on it. Excuse me. Saturday morning, everyone will get an email that has bought the system, the full system, whether it's digital or physical, will get that companion app also. And then from now on, it goes with everybody that gets it. The haboobs. Yeah, we get haboobs. You know, it hasn't been that bad here in Tucson. We didn't get a haboob. That's a somewhat rare thing. It's like 1 or 2 times a year. I think I'm just dehydrated. I shouldn't be drinking this. The heat, there's been a heat wave going on. I think it got to me. My volume got quiet. Yeah, I adjusted it just a little bit. Now is it too quiet? Before I start, a haboob. You guys ever see The Mummy? The old school Mummy? That's a haboob. That's real. It's insane. It's really insane to be a part of it. It's kind of fun to see. That is the GIF that, yeah, like that. It's real. Like it literally happens. It is so crazy to see, and it makes everything dark and everything dirty, obviously. But no, it's not CGI. It happens in Arizona. It happens in Arizona. We're having fun here. So let's do this. Time lapse a boob. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, we'll just do this.
How they start is just so fascinating to me. How like a strong
Probably a copyright claimed
burst will create this
from the Weather
outflow,
Channel.
and then these dust storms just keep going and going.
No, I want to see.
And the science is still learning how to.
No, I don't want to do that. Come on, man. I don't care about your face. Let's do. Why is it all? Is it all the same thing?
Okay, so we are in the middle of.
That's what it looks like when you're in it.
I can see Idaho headlights and like run like that.
So imagine driving on the highway.
See anything
when you get caught.
In the middle of the haboob. We're in our car.
Yeah, it's called a haboob.
No.
Okay, I can see the house.
That's as far as you can see. I want to see it come in. There we go. Just watch. This is Phoenix. That's what it looks like when it comes in. And then it goes away. And so, like, that's the thing. I got caught in one at night on the way to Phoenix, and it was raining. So think about that. It's at night, low visibility already. Now you get covered in dust, and it's raining. What does dirt and water make? So my windshield was caked in mud. Like the windshield wipers would not take it off, obviously. I was trying to get ahead of it. And I had to pull off and wipe off as much as I could. But we're on the highway or on the interstate. So now you're concerned about getting hit. It was just straight up. A lot of people getting crashes. How you doing, Fiona? But that's really what it is. It makes sadness. Hoo-hoos are crazy. No, but that's not what, I don't think that's what's causing my throat. I think I'm just straight up dehydrated. My body's just like, stop talking, Daniel. All right, we have to get through at least, basically orange peanut butter. We have to get through at least 2 more. Okay, guys? So here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we got 10 minutes of expensive motorcycle crashes, instant regret. We're going to be going over these crashes and close calls. He's probably going to crash here.
I hope you can learn something from
What are we
these
doing?
clips.
So if you're a brand new rider, we're going to be paying attention. I know what he did. There's an open lane pattern. There's a car going into it. We're going to get pissed. And I think we might have tapped. But we're going to be going over the plan method. Okay, we have to position for safety, locate hazardous situations, any relevant threats out there. And we have to be able to navigate those active threats. So let's just go back right here. I want to point this out. When I have that feeling of like, what are you doing? Like, why are you acting like an idiot? So part of plan is navigating active threats. Are you, the rider yourself, no one else, the active threat to you? How do you navigate that when you are the active threat? You can't really, I'm going to swerve out of the way. I'm going to emergency brake. I'm going to emergency accelerate. Those are 3 things you can do in an emergency situation. This is more of a state of mind thing. So how do you navigate you being a threat to yourself is that you need to learn to regulate and calm yourself down and start to realize, why am I acting like this? That's a big thing. Is a lot of people think I'm acting like this because I'm acting like this. This is who I am. No, there's a reason why you do it. There's a reason why everyone does anything. There's a reason why I'm drinking an energy drink. It's because this isn't just who I am, even though it kind of is at this point, it's habits, but it's because I'm tired. and I wanted some caffeine. Now I'm probably chronically tired because I'm always drinking caffeine, but it is what it is. Why are we chronically doing this all the time? It's because we do it all the time. Because we're trying to get away from all the traffic, so we're cutting through a parking lot at a gas station. That's why. So why are we trying to get away from all the traffic to cut through the gas station? Some people might say, oh, because it's fun, because whatever, but it really is an impatience problem. It's not impatience, it's a patience problem, not impatience. We have a patience problem where you don't know how to practice our patience. We don't know how to have patience in reserve. And when I say that is that you can have a massive amount of patience. We're kind of going off a little bit, so if you want to skip a little bit past this, that's perfectly fine. We're going to get to the crashes and close calls, but I think this is very important. Because if you have this problem or you have a problem like this, then this is very important because you're riding a motorcycle, it can get you killed. Okay? So if we have a patience problem, a big capacity, if we start building our capacity, you can deplete your whole capacity. You could have like the worst day ever where your patience is tested and you're having to use some of it like it's a checking account all the way until you get to the point where you have none. That's usually what happens. Some people have a really big checking account of patience. Some people have a really tiny one. And so they hit the end. They hit the depletion. They hit the zero, and now they're going to get a freaking fee. They hit that all the time. And if you're riding a motorcycle, you need to have a large checking account of patience. You should just have one anyways as a human being. It's something to work on. It's going to apply everything else in life. But have a big one, because when you get to something like this and you have a giant thing of patience and this takes just a little bit. You have to withdraw just a little bit. If you have a tiny one, you have to withdraw a little bit, but now it's all gone. And so you start doing stupid stuff. You start acting out when you run out of patience. You start getting angry. You start getting pissed off. You start getting sad or whatever emotion you want to be. But you start acting in a way of like, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. We all know that. So he's like, I'm not going to deal with this anymore over here. So I'm going to cut through here. Okay, fine. All right, you cut through here. But your patience is gone. So you're going to cut through here as quick as possible.
Hey everyone, in today's episode,
because it's gone. You have no more patience. It's gone.
situations.
So you just cut through here. There could be pedestrians. It looks like it was a speed hump or a speed bump right here. That could have caused you to crash. There could be oil on the ground you're not paying attention to because you just want to get through it as quick as possible. So you're doing this. You almost hit this person right here.
You can learn something from this.
They're going to cut through here. Didn't even do a head check. No head check for any vehicles. And now you're going to gun it through here. I'm so impatient. I'm going to accelerate super hard to get through here, lift up the front end just a little bit. And now we have an open lane pattern. He saw it. He saw the car. You can see the car just a little bit right here, wanting to go this way. And we are going this way. Big problem, right? But we have no patience. I don't have enough patience. I see the car. I don't have any patience left. This guy's going to go through. I'm just going to try to race him through it. I'm not going to slow down because I don't want to slow down, because I don't want to slow down back there. I'm not going to slow down back here. I see this. I'm not going to do anything different. I might rev bomb. I might honk the horn. They need to get out of my way. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. Because if you don't have any patience, you're not going to do what is necessary when it comes to planning your ride. This takes patience. Build it up as you go. Any situation, you could be going to the post office. This is what I do all the time. I walk to the post office. I got a big bag full of the Smart Rider motorcycle training drills. You guys bought some, so thank you so much. Grab it. That's what we're talking about here. But I walk over there, and sometimes, usually I can just set it down. But sometimes I get there, and there's a big line. And now I have to sit there. I've been in the heat. I have to be patient. It pisses me off. I just want to get back. Because I ruck too. I put 25 pounds in there. So I'm in there and I'm like, nope, time to practice my patience. Time to add to the checking account. It's going to take some, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be productive during being patient. I'm going to think of all the grateful things. I'm going to think of all the stuff I want to do the rest of the day. I'm going to take this moment to take a break so I can plan out the rest of my day. And then boom, when it's time to put the packages down and do all that stuff, then it's like, okay, cool. I just added some patience. No problem. Everything's fine. You have to actively do that. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent when it comes to patience, but it's a big thing. A lot of people don't have it. and it's very important to build it up. It is a skill. It is a skill because we need to have patience when it comes to this because we see that vehicle here and that thing that says don't do it, don't slow down, go ahead and race it, go ahead and rev bomb, do all that stuff. That is a patience problem. It's an ego problem that I don't have to wait. So if you slow down right here, if you roll off the throttle because you saw that car, you roll off the throttle, maybe even give a little bit of progressive braking because you know they're going to go through it. You want them just to go through it so you can go forward. That's where patience comes in. It's super important. And right here, what we talk about all the time, this is an open lane pattern. You're going to have patience anyways. It's an open lane pattern because there's a big, long stack of vehicles. We have a big open lane, which means that anybody is going to want to come over and cross over into your lane that you're currently in. And you can already see it. Guy has his blinker on. He doesn't want to be stuck. So when you enter this, you got to have patience. You have to be able to plan your ride, locate the situation. Do I have to have patience here? Yeah. Okay. Any relevant threats? Yeah, that guy's coming out. It's not an active threat yet. He becomes an active threat when we do this. He uses the horn. Uses the horn instead. We should be not racing into the open lane pattern that we saw back there. We should be going into it nice and cautiously. And then if we knew that guy was going to do that, so we should be covering the brakes and getting ready. But instead, now we finally slammed the brakes. Now, I don't think there was an impact, but this guy's going to go from this situation to the next one, and the next one, and the next one until he gets home and have close call. Have close call. Maybe a crash, hopefully not, but let's say he makes it home. So close call, close call, close call, close call, close call, all the way home. Now he's home. No patience, pissed off about all the close calls. Let's say he has a wife at home and maybe a kid. And so his kid comes up to him and is like, hey, Dad, look what I did. I read the rescue book, whatever. It's like, look at my picture that I drew. No patience. I don't want to talk. I just want to get over here. Boom. You see how it affects everything? I don't know. We're moving on. Thanks for listening to me. It's so important. It's one of those skills that you just have to build. I guess you don't have to, but anyways. Oh! Oh! Those should be outlawed. The little gutters? What the heck? I get it, but good luck getting that bike out. He almost fell off the map. Yeah.
我操，他出草去了。
Yeah, not much now. Look at that. Look at that bike, man. He's lucky. He's lucky his hand and arm, like let's say his hand was still attached to this and his arm was up here. This part right here of the ditch or whatever it is, and if he fell over a little bit, snap his radius and all that easy. Or his elbow, boom, extended the wrong way, break his elbow. So he's very lucky. Same thing with his leg. It's basically the same idea as if you step in a hole and then fall to the side, it's going to snap your tib fib. So he's very lucky. Very lucky there. What do we got here? I don't want to be behind this truck. I'd be off to the right a little bit more. Oh, he's backing up. Paddle walk, go, go, go. Honk. This is where honking the horn's fine. Honk the horn while you're doing this. It's just your thumb. It's just your left thumb. I would start trying to move out of the way. This is kind of like when you remember Prometheus when that chick was running and the thing was just falling straight down and she just kept running in a straight line instead of just running to the left or the right. It's like, why are you trying to run in the direction it's falling? Get out of the way. You know what I mean? I don't know. It is kind of hard to paddle walk. It's the freaking curb again. What's up with these curbs or the ditches? All right, here we go. Oh, going a little fast around the corner. We're going to go wide, hit that. But we had to get it for the gram because we're on the Instagrams. Oh, there's a collarbone. Nice little clavicle break. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Oh, man. Oh, man. Going too fast in the corner. Slow it down. Trust me. No one really looks cool riding a motorcycle unless you're out like MotoGP. Like, it just doesn't look cool. You're not going to be able to make it look cool. The only thing that is going to be like, oh, everyone wants to see this part now is this. And I don't want to do things and be popular and be known for like this. I mean, Max Wrist cares about that, but like not me. I don't want to be known for that. Almost died today. LMAO.
The driver didn't check
Where's the F in there?
properly. At this
Must
kind
not have
of
been that
speed,
much
things
LOLs.
ended
I sped up to get
incredibly
closer to my friend in front of me. Oh, don't do this, guys. Don't do this. Just talk to each other and be like, hey, Jeffrey, you're going super fast. I'm not going to keep up with you. You're acting like an idiot again. You've had a close call. So talk to him on your Cardo Pack Talk Edge. Hey, link in the description for a discount. This is... No, oh, imagine this car saw my friend go past and didn't check the mirrors. Yeah. That's about right. So open lane. Ooh, close. Could have swerved a little bit farther left, but made it. Yeah. Oh. You see that? You see that? Just take a look at this, though, real quick, before we get into it. So part of planning our ride, we saw him open the door. Position for safety, okay? I don't know if this is even a lane. We had the double yellow. I think this is like a parking area, so maybe we're passing on the right. But the biggest thing here is locating hazardous situations. Now, if something gives you, and your hazardous situations kind of change as you get experience. So for me, going into a burning building, for most people, it's like, I'd never, that's dangerous. No. For me, with the gear and the crew that I had, it's like, Now, for me right now, because I don't have gear and a crew, I'd be like, that's really dangerous, and I know what happens, but I know how to kind of get away with some things. I know smoke. I know all that stuff. So it's like it's more manageable. So as your skill goes up, you might think, hey, this is manageable, but that could also be complacency. So if you're at the stage where it's like you look at this image, you're like, ugh, no, don't like it. That's telling you that's a hazardous situation for you. Now I'm going to tell you right now, intersections and corners, it does not matter the skill. That to me, intersections and corners are like, to me, when it comes to a fire, it's like, it's hazardous, like a house fire, it's hazardous. It's manageable. It's manageable if I do the right things. Intersections and corners for somebody that never had the training, it's like, these are dangerous. So either way, no matter what, they're hazardous situations. Because you have to watch out for left turners, you have to watch out for those corners and gravel and all that stuff, and you have to mitigate what you do. That's the best way I can explain it right now. But this right here is a hazardous situation, because you don't know what's going to happen like this. He's doing the maths. Made it! So if you don't have that skill level, this hazardous situation with all those weird, uncommon things, what is this guy doing? If you don't have that skill level, you're not going to be able to get out of it. So if you don't have that skill of swerve, maybe just don't do that, or go really slow. Another hazardous situation. We're really close to the curb. This bus is going to take up a lot of the space. More than likely hit the curb with our tire and dump the bike. It's not a risk that I'd be willing to take. Write in the comments if that's a risk you're willing to take, is to try to thread this needle with a bus. It's not something I would take. I'd be using my patience and be like, I'm stuck behind a bus. Not a big deal. At least I'm not on a bus. I'm riding a motorcycle. That's how I view things. That's what I'm saying, like being grateful for the things that you do. All right, so just go ahead and try to ride it out. Very good. Handled it.
You okay?
Look forward. Don't worry about it. It's not a thumbs up until it's done. Now you can do a thumbs up. Don't celebrate when you're halfway through. You're not done. You need to finish. Then you can celebrate.
This rider definitely had every right to be angry with the driver. Luckily, he managed to
He had every right to be angry with the driver.
Rider
What?
definitely had
Trying to look at the line in the road.
be angry with the driver.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So driver went across the line. Good job with the swerve, though. Where was this driver aiming? It might be the camera angle. They're definitely in their lane with the tires turned, so he was trying to make the turn.
Luckily, he
So he just went super wide, but good job on this rider for going around it. And this is why I like middle, middle, middle. Because if you were outside, inside, outside, like a lot of people talk about, you're on the inside right here. You just got hit. If you're aiming for outside, inside, outside. Middle, middle, middle. Because if somebody does this, you're already in the middle. You're in a pretty safe spot for the most part. You might have to adjust it just a tiny bit, but it's just a tiny bit. If you're on the inside, you have to adjust it a lot. And since you're going outside, inside, outside, you're trying to optimize for speed through the corner. So if you're on the inside optimizing for speed, that means you're going faster than what you want because you think this technique's going to help you. Now you have to swerve right at that higher speed. So if you're going middle, 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 you kind of have to practice drawing within the lines. And usually when you draw within the lines for the first few times, or you start realizing, like coloring in the lines, you go a little bit slower so you don't go outside the line. And so when it comes to middle, 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 you're really trying to go at a slower speed through the corner. It's going to be a natural gait to trying to slow it down. And then you have space on left and right if you're doing middle, middle, middle if you mess it up. That's the whole point.
driver. Luckily, he managed to
Got very lucky.
him in the end, and
Oh, there we go. Another view.
walked away with a valuable lesson.
Good job with the swerve, though. Good job. Handled it.
So the
Yeah, you're going to be pissed. Go and take some deep breaths. Remain calm. Watch out for traffic.
Attends,
We're not even looking back.
attends. 2 secondes, 2 secondes. Frérot, viens.
I don't like the idea of walking in the road without looking. If you're walking in the road, look. There you go. I heard a breath. He brief. He's briefing.
On a eu de la chance, mais que ça serve de leçon.
Okay. It is what it is. It's not bad. What are you doing, lady? That's literally I turn now. That's quite literally the Family Guy meme. What the heck? The things that humans do, I am not surprised anymore. Like it just the weird stuff that people do. It's like, yeah, that's human. That's a human. I don't know. I turn now. Good luck, everyone. Yeah, that's literally the meme. So we can help out there. We can rescue. We can do hands-off rescue. Hands-off rescue is remain calm, assure own safety. She doesn't seem like she's too injured. Last thing we want is another vehicle hitting her. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, humans are doing stupid stuff, but at the end of the day, I don't want to see people die. Or hurt. Oh, nice little wheelie. Check our coccyx. It's our tailbone, everybody. Have fun taking a dump on a padded toilet seat.
I'm okay, I'm okay.
And if you're a woman, no matter what, that sucks. Sitting on a donut when you're at your office. It'd be funny to see, like, I think a good April Fool's joke for like saddleman seats would be to have a donut ring built in to a seat. I think that'd be a funny April Fool's joke. Is that it's a legit donut ring on a saddleman seat. Because it's like for all those old guys getting hemorrhoids and all, you know what I mean? Anyways, move on. Hey, look at that, it's a wheelie. We dumped it, full gear at least. Not the area I would do it because you have traffic, we're gonna move it. I would do the wheelies here. Because there's no traffic. No, because it's a main public road. If this was like a county, like completely like, you can tell because the paint is like gone. There's no centerline stripe and it's just like farmland on both sides. Sure, do the wheelies out there because then you're going to see if traffic comes for like a while. It's going to be like at least a quarter mile until you see traffic coming. Barbed wire, that might be a problem too, I guess. But then do your wheelie practice. Best spot is a parking lot. But if you are going to go to a parking lot, practice the Smart Rider drills. You got 24 motorcycle training drills in there. Check it out. It's part of the system. You get some really cool stuff. But here we go. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's see what happens here. Hey, we're doing our wheelie. Let's see what happens. He's gonna lose his cat. Oh, his fender flew off. So go and roll off the throttle, apply the brakes. Don't try to fix it while you're riding. If it falls, it falls. Last thing you want is to crash, and then now you have actual damage to your bike. Pull off. There you go. Slow it down. It's the simple fact that he took his hand off the handlebars. It slowed him down with engine braking. All right.
On one hand, the driver was a bit too confident trying
decent
to
space
things,
cushion,
but on the
not too
other
bad.
hand, if the rider had just backed up,
I like that he's
he could have
keeping it.
avoided all this unnecessary
Oh,
tension.
somebody's coming over. So swerve left. Swerve left. Yeah, mercy. That's actually no. Whatever he complains about, it is what it is. He has a good space cushion. This is good enough. Now the tanker truck, as soon as the FedEx truck gets passed, he's just like, okay, cool, I'm gonna just do that without seeing. It is what it is. But he's got a good space cushion right here.
On the other hand, if the rider had just
and so as soon as the driver does this, he honks the horn. Okay, but that's the moment you assess any relevant threats. It's like, oh, this guy's becoming a relevant threat, but he's becoming an active one as soon as he does that. As soon as he does that, honking the horn's not going to change the mind of this driver, but it's now an active threat. So what can we do? 3 things: mercy swerve, mercy accelerate, and mercy brake. And what I like what this guy did was that he emergency accelerated here. Now, if he applied the brakes, we're already going pretty slow. We still can get hit. So I like that he's like, hey, we're going slow enough that if I emergency accelerate to, let's say they're going 25 right now. If I emergency accelerate to 45, I can get myself out of here. Because 25 to 45 is easy. Now, if you're going like 85, I'm going to emergency accelerate to 100. You might not have the bike for it, and you're also putting yourself into speed wobble territory. So he did a lot of good thinking right here. I removed the wasted movement. The wasted movement of the horn. Not going to do much. You could try it. If it works, great. But if it's not working, if it doesn't work the first time, don't try the second, third, fourth, fifth time. If it doesn't work the first time and they're still doing it, you got to move on to something else. Okay, so mercy, he did a good job emergency accelerating out. So watch this. That's what got him out. So did fine. Now we're angry. It is what it is. Let's build our patience back up. Salt Lake. Where are we at? Write that in the comments. Where's this at? Where is this? North 15, west. We're close to Reno. Oh, or not close to Reno, but at least going towards Reno. So probably what, Nevada? Utah? No. Reno's on the west side of Nevada. Well, maybe. I mean, like, they could have put, like, hey, going to Reno, it's going to be like 400 miles. Just move on.
Serious?
Salt Lake City? Never mind. What am I talking about? I was thinking of the Salton Sea for some reason.
I draw a camera.
South of Salt Lake. Oh, no. Don't... Look at his left ankle. I know we're going to see a crash. I get it. I want you to look at his left ankle. Just watch the left ankle. Let me get out of the way. A peg will go through your leg quick. Especially for that amount of weight. Hopefully he's doing fine. He's already got bandages on his left arm. At what point are you just going to wear gear, dude? Wear some gear. How's his leg? Okay, we're moving on. Oh, speeding.
Roads can be full of surprises.
Speeding, there's sharp turn. Don't have the skills like our friends do.
Quickly found out the hard way.
We're riding a different bike. It's like we're racing a supermoto against a sport bike, it's not going to work. Different dynamics, different everything. If he can take that corner at that speed, he could do it at that speed. You're not going to be able to do it at the same speed. He even slowed down for that turn. Hopefully you're fine. Let's not race each other, guys. Oh, wet riding. Loss of traction possibly in the turn. Good job with the brakes, even in the rain. Very nice. Slow speed maneuvers. That slow speed maneuver stuff, you can learn that in the drills, guys. You can learn that in the drills. Open lane pattern right there. Be concerned anybody wants to pop out. We're going to take a quick look at this person. He's wearing a high-vis shirt. We should have seen him. We should have seen him in his high-vis shirt. Why didn't we see him? We could have avoided all of that. But we're going to move on. Wear a jacket. All right, here we go. Go on. Do a rev bomb. Do it. Do it. Good opportunity. Could have rev bombed. Okay, we're turning. Okay, big trailer. Let him in. Wait for them to pick the lane, and then move to a different lane. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. It is what it is. And honestly, okay, we're in the lane. We're in the appropriate lane. Okay. Moving on. I thought we went from the inside lane to the outside. Beautiful area. I like your little drawing. Oh, my Lanta. We got some cows. Good job not panicking. I'd ride with them for a while. What's up? What's up, ladies? Just kind of hanging out. All right. See you later. You buy me a drink? No. I don't date cows. All right. So that person kind of came in a little bit. Is this a road rage thing? No, they just... I hate car drivers that do this. Like, he wanted to get into that lane. He could have got behind us. Decided to cut in. At that point, roll off the throttle, just let him in. Just roll off the throttle, let him in. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Just let him in. Is that a cop? So he has a badge on his duty uniform. Is this Florida? I don't know. Maybe palm trees. What's going on, Williams? All right, we're moving on. Foot down, crash. Time to rescue. You could do hands off or hands on. Hands on would be the stop major bleeds. Have you guys been seeing the, it's been going a little bit viral. I did share it on my Instagram story. This lady, or this girl, got her leg ripped off at one of those, like, takeovers at an intersection. Like, it hit her. And the rear tire, I mean, it's spinning because it's drifting, catches, like, she gets caught and it catches her leg and just rips it off. Did you guys see that? It's pretty graphic. You'll find it. You'll probably find it now. If you're watching this on the TV and you have your phone nearby, it'll probably pop up on your Instagram now. They all listen to us. The phones listen to us. It's pretty bad. And it's like no tourniquets in sight. It's like this is where you could rescue. No tourniquets. She's bleeding. She lost her leg. It's like gross. First off, if you want to plan that whole incident that I was just talking about, position for safety. First off, don't be in the intersection when people are doing that. Second off, just if somebody's starting to do a takeover of an intersection, I think that's retarded, to be honest. Don't be there. Like, oh, they're doing that? I'm gone. Here we go. Open lane. Oh, random person. What you doing? Oh, carjacking? Get your hand off my... Oh. Yeah. Run him over. Run him over. Do it. I think I might have done that. I don't know. I think I might have done that. Is that the bag? Pick it up.
Get it in.
Heck yeah, dude.
You okay?
Is he gonna say thank
Break
you?
the window.
He didn't even like say thank you.
You okay, eh? Cool.
I love that. That was great. I appreciate that. I would have probably done the same thing. I don't know. But with that said, guys, grab the system. It is linked in the description. Free shipping in the United States if you want to get the print version. It comes with a cone version. But with that said, go ahead and grab yourself a slice of pizza, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. All right. We got more. That's South Africa. How you doing, Elad? Elad, you just now... Yeah, I took 2 weeks off. Let me go. I have to go pee really quick. I'm going to play some music for you guys, but I'm going to give you an update real quick. All right, I'm back. Let's go ahead and pause that. So, see you later, Moto Gaga. So I've been taking the last 2 weeks off. I got a little super chat. That's nice. I've been working on an app for the book. So right now there's some green screen stuff, so it's like all looks like it's see-through. So all 3 books are on here. You just click it, takes you to a video. There's a bunch of buttons here that will get you through everything. So like a bunch of stuff, and then it has the drills in here. So it's a little bit more cohesive. It's a little bit more interesting. And this will go out for all the people that have gotten the system. And what I'm thinking about, and I don't know yet, but I might get rid of school just because this takes care of it. But if I don't, then anybody on school gets that too. But I'm working on that and trying to make it easier because it has the videos in it, it has checklists, it has all that stuff. And for anybody that's ever gotten the digital or the physical version of this, they're going to get that also. Because one of the problems is like, international shipping is I don't do that. So people have to get the digital version if I'm going to sell international. But now if they get the digital version, they also get that. So it's very helpful just for the digital version, but at the same time, it's helpful for everything. So I'm just trying to make it to where it's easier for people to train and practice. And I've been working on this for the last 2 weeks. It's a companion. This has all the information. This has the relevant information. No, I haven't seen. I've been off everything. Basically, the last 2 weeks just working on this. Always expect the unexpected. Oh no. Is this the one you're talking about? Yep. Oof. It's a big impact. Yeah, ride safe. Yeah, I've been off school for like I said, I've been working on this, but I took 2 weeks for mental health. I just needed a break. But But yeah, see you later, Moto Gaga. Hopefully doing fine. All right, here we go. We're going to jump into this one. We have 3 more. This one says flying car. That's interesting. One of our cruisers had a serious accident. Yeah. Did my first long ride with a buddy this past Friday, Saturday. 460 miles in total. Awesome, Black Burb. You're going to see a lot in 460 miles. And that's a tiring, that's a lot. Dave from Elk Grove. How you doing? You're going to retire? Nice. Finally got my ride boots a few weeks ago. Got proper Alpine stars, so I'm fully safe. Good. Good. Just keep practicing. Keep training. You're going to have fun with those boots. Those are good boots. Alpine Star. A lot of people get Alpine Stars boots and gloves. They seem to be good with those. Yeah, with my bike, I died. Yeah, with my bike, I did about an hour and a half before needing a break. Yeah, that's usually about it. I usually like take a break every hour because I know if I try to make it to 2, I'm not going to make it to 2. I can make it to an hour and a half. So it's like, screw it. Let's just go ahead and take a break every hour. That's kind of how, or like whenever there's a stop that's near an hour. But here we go, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button. There's 80 of you in class right now. You don't get a slice of pizza if you don't hit that like button. So if you're just joining up, hit that like button, grab a piece of pizza, hang out for a little bit, and if you want to leave, leave. But we're going to be going over this video right here. Make sure you hit that like button. New rider, 30 minutes. My arms are tired. Yeah. You build it up. You build it up. I might go crazy and try riding a bike one day. Hey, you can learn how to ride a bike. If you get a bike, you can learn how to ride a bike by yourself with this. And then you get all of this if you get the system. Everything that we talk about. Probably grabbing the bars too hard. Grab the tank with your legs and just kind of just relax. Just relax. That'll help out just a little bit. You're still going to get tired though. Everyone gets tired. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this one in 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we have a Moto Stars video. Oh, don't touch your feet. Don't put your feet down. The feet will grab the asphalt. Keep your feet on the pegs. I get it. It's a natural reaction. You're falling in. You're going to put your foot down. We practice that in the Smart Rider drills. But, dude, James, what are you doing over here? Did you say James or G's? G's. Yeah, going a little too wide in the corner. So what we're going to be talking about here, you guys are noticing that, hey, we're going to be watching some close calls and crashes, right? Is that we're going over the plan method. So first we got to be in a position for safety. That's a good line of sight, have at least one escape path, and we have space cushions. Okay, locating hazardous situations. Corners are hazardous situations because people tend to go wide on those corners. Intersections are hazardous situations because people tend to turn left in front of us. So how do we assess if it's a relevant threat? Well, first of all, if we're speeding around a corner, we become an active threat. But if you see a person in the left turn lane in an intersection, it's relevant. And we can talk about merging. Hopefully we'll see some merging stuff up here. And then how do you navigate those active threats? There's only 3 things you can do. Emergency swerve, emergency accelerate, emergency brake. That's it. 3 things. You can only go, stop, turn. That's all you can do on a motorcycle. You could honk the horn and rev bomb, but at the end of the day, you're hoping they're going to do something. I want you to be in control of your bike and what you do with that bike. That's the whole point. So right here, we went wide because we're going too fast. We're going too fast. Now we can talk about why. We can dive deeper. We can make it bigger than it really is. And that's what I like to do on this channel. My big thing here, when I see 2 people or more riding together in the mountains, I like to think that they're possibly racing. So now we're starting to add speed, add speed, add speed, add speed. And then we get to a corner that this speed is too much. We go wide. That's usually kind of the idea. It's peer pressure, ego. It gets most people. It is what it is. But that's why I tell you guys to get Cardo Pack Talk edges, talk to each other, be a little bit more restrictive on your boundaries and be like, hey, I'm not going to be speeding. So I'll catch you up on the next one. You can talk to each other on that way. That's what I'd be doing. But everything we talk about is with the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. So we're going to be using this for all the information for any of these crashes and close calls. Let's take a look. Got very lucky. So what's the thing that saved him after going wide? He swerved right to get back in his lane. But now we're all over the place. So if you ride with a guy like this, he's going to you're going to either witness him die or hear about him dying because you didn't ride with him that day. Or if you try to keep up with him, you both are. Go side of the vehicle. He moved over, very nice. Oh, but that's not good. It sucks because he gave him the opportunity to take the first available lane and he chose not to. So here's the thing, we made an assumption. Let's go back. So we're in this lane, we talk about position for safety. Okay, we see a side of the vehicle pop up. He thinks, hey, possibly turn right, first available lane, I'm going to switch to the new lane. That's a good line of thinking. It is what it is. He did locate a hazardous situation. It is a relevant threat. So he switched lanes. Very good. But you see how the positioning of the vehicle is? It's pretty much straight, perpendicular, instead of kind of like angled to go to that first available lane. So this looks like somebody turning left. It's a left turner. So right now, I would consider it a relevant threat. It's not necessarily in our lane. If I was in the right lane, it becomes an active threat. So we're kind of like mixed with the relevant active threats. So then what do you do? It's like, that's the mentality. It's like, okay, cool. I know that and I'm going to now crash. It's like, no, I know that. So now what do? I'm going to roll off the throttle and now I'm actively looking for escape paths. If this person is in both the lane to the right and my lane, where do I go? That's usually where people stop. They're like, well, there's nothing I can do. It's like, think outside the box. There is something you can do. You can take up the whole other lane. There's no other cars. Swerve hard left to the open lane, that's oncoming traffic lane. And if you have to, ride against traffic for a little bit until you can get back onto your side. There's all these different things you can do. The whole point is, I need to get out. I need to get out of here. So we recognize that it's a relevant threat, possibly an active threat. Now what do? Emergency swerve, emergency accelerate, or emergency brake. So in this case, it would be a hard emergency swerve to the left. He tried braking. We're starting to turn while we're trying to brake. We're trying to do like both at the same time. We're probably, maybe not even trying to do both. We're probably just slamming the brakes. The rear brake, the back end starts to fishtail. That's probably what's happening here. And so if we couldn't mitigate and couldn't solve that problem, one thing that we do as smart riders is acquire and use personal protective equipment. It's super important that we have that. Super important.
Oh my God, are you okay? Oh my God, are you okay?
I'm good.
I'm so sorry.
I'm good.
Cool. I didn't see you.
No, he couldn't see him because of the trees and whatnot, but it still sucks.
The Jet 2 holiday.
Oh my gosh, dude.
You can save 50.
Do you guys know what you should be doing here instead? I think it's pretty obvious, right? Yeah.
£50 per person. That's £200 off for a family.
All right, probably broken hand too. All right, here we go. Riding in the rain. Lost a little traction, high-sided. We're going to slip and slide for a while. He's got rain gear, no gloves. It is what it is. He's got high vis, but loss of traction. Got very lucky to hit a car.
It was taking it slow and
This is a hazardous area, so we're locating hazardous areas. You just, a ton of traffic. When I see a ton of traffic, some people just see it as cars. There's just a bunch of cars. How I view this is that there's a lot of people inside these cars that make decisions, and I don't trust the human race to make the right decisions or the decisions that doesn't keep me safe. So there's a lot of people here that could possibly come out in front of me, open a door, do something stupid that's going to cause me harm because there's just more people involved, more decision making, and people are terrible at making decisions. That's why I like to ride when there's no one around. But that's not real. So I consider this hazardous, so I'm very cautious, looking for escape paths, paying attention to everything until I get into an area where there's less of idiots around.
in advance for
So let's see what
pedestrian.
happens.
The driver behind him was clearly distracted and slammed right into him at full force.
We get rear-ended now. All right, here we go. So we have a pedestrian that's making a decision just to run out, and we have somebody behind us not paying attention and made the decision not to pay attention and hit us. This is why it's a hazardous area, because there's just a bunch of people making dumb choices. So we can have bad back pain, whiplash. Now we have neck pain. Oh, dude. I'll rewind it. I'll pause it right at the beginning. Pay attention to that middle. If you're going to do wheelies with the girlfriend, you have to tell her to hold on. If you're going to accelerate really hard with somebody that's on the back, a passenger, tell them to hold on. Like, you have to communicate with each other. And it's one thing to have carnal pack talk. Like, you don't need the edge if you have passengers. You can get the Spirit or like the free comm, because it's literally the head's right here. You don't need the distance. You just need the communication. So you can get the cheaper version. They have duos of it. But if you're riding with like another person and they're riding their own bike, the edges are great because it has longer distance and dynamic mesh. So if they go too far and come back together, it'll reconnect. You don't have that problem with the passenger. At least tell her, hey, hold on. You can do hand movements. She has her hand here. You can just be like, you can do that real quick. You can talk to her beforehand and be like, if I do this to you, that means hold on. Whatever it is. But watch. She fell in the little wheel well. So her leg, it's hard to see. I'm going to try to get it. I'm looking right here. This is her foot. This is her leg. Underneath. Like inside. So it's getting... If it didn't lock up the tire, which it looks like it did, but it had to get to a point to lock up the tire. So that's her quad muscle and her hamstring and just basically her whole leg stopping the vehicle. And so we have hot tire, we have friction because it's trying to rotate and it's pulling. So and she probably doesn't have gear. She probably has leggings on. So it's ripping flesh. Now, if it doesn't rip the skin, it can do what's called degloving. So it can actually deglove the skin from the fascia and the tissue underneath. And so now it's like free floating the skin because it's no longer connected to everything. And that's not good either. That's not, because your skin, like, you see how it like kind of just stays? Now, if you deglove it, you can just rotate it and keep rotating it. And that means all the tissues underneath it got ripped up, so nerve endings and it is not a good thing. Degloving typically is like when you see with the hand, like the skin falls off, like you can pull it off. But like you can have like almost like an internal degloving, like internal decapitation. You can just have the spinal cord cut, but your head's not off. Kind of the same thing here. And that's probably what's happening to her leg. Not good. Not good. Lots of pain. Lots of pain. And everyone's just going to leave.
What happened?
Okay, here we go.
All right, what happened? What happened? Huh? Ambulance?
What happened? Yeah, she, this is my ex-girlfriend now. Yeah. Yeah, what happened is she became my ex-girlfriend because she's breaking up with me.
Sure? Be careful though.
That's a lot of pain. So remain calm, ensure own safety. Stop any major bleeds if there is any.
Move the bikes over.
All right, moving on. 5 a.m. rides. Nice little view here. Oh, we went wide, low-sided. We went nice and wide. Oh, shit. All right, so wear full gear. Maybe don't speed. I don't know if we were speeding, but we did not make that corner. And this one, we're speeding.
This is exactly
sharp corner. You see the chevrons? They made it through. Very nice.
A really nasty fall. The rider walked
Beautiful area. One sec. What does that say? What does that sign say? These signs let you know what's going on.
away completely.
I can't really see it, but that's a caution sign, probably saying sharp left turn, recommended 45 maybe. And there is the low side because we weren't following the signage. We want to do what we want to do, and we can speed because we're on a S1000RR, and I just bought it, and I got all this gear, but I didn't pay for a track day or really any training. I just got my motorcycle license at the DMV, and that's good enough to just become a racer. That's usually the method and the mindset a lot of these people have. Oh, dumped the bike, crashed it on a turn. Very easy turn, too. I don't know why we're doing that. It's the mindset of, hey, I go to the gym all the time. Like, I go to the gym all the time, and I'm putting up some good weight. You know, I do really good with dumbbell bench press. And, you know, I'm really good on the leg press. Like, I could put up a lot of weight, like really big dumbbells. I can stack it with 45s on the leg press. And I'm trying to get a booty, so I'm doing hip thrusts. I'm really good. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to enter a powerlifting meet where I have to do barbell bench, squat, and deadlift. And I'm going to win. So then you go into it, and then you like get hurt because you're pushing it too hard on muscles that you really haven't trained for those specific lifts. It's like, it's this mentality of like, I'm good enough, and it's one thing to, hey, go ahead and try it out. It is what it is. But then you push it to like this extra level of, I'm just going to risk it all. And it's like, first of all, you're not trained in that aspect. You go to the gym to do hip thrusts, and you're now wanting to put up 500 pounds on a deadlift at a meet. And you don't even know the rules. Like, you don't know what the lights are. How many lights are you getting? You get a bunch of reds. So you're going to be getting into that. So it's like, train for what it is, do it, and do it the appropriate way, because the appropriate way tends to be the safer route because you're actually doing a high-risk maneuver. Just getting your license at the DMV and getting an expensive bike, a bunch of gear, does not mean you can go out in the mountains and race like your MotoGP. You don't have the skill set to do it. You just have the gear. That's the best way I can explain it. That's usually what I see when it comes to these people that ride. It's like, there is a skill level. You have to have a skill level. We have a vehicle coming out. Oh, what are you doing, Tesla? I want to say that Tesla did that, but that seems like a driver doing that. That is not, there's not much you could have done other than applying the brakes, but we started off at, oh, we're going through the intersection. To me, that's almost like somebody running a red light. That's somebody that was supposed to turn right, impatient, wants to turn left or go straight. So they get into that lane to turn right again to go straight.
Here's a crucial reminder of just
Tweeds.
how dangerous and speeding can be. Doing it at speeds like this is
We're just chilling. Oh, we're in a car. See the difference between car drivers and motorcyclists? Motorcyclists are going to probably race through. We're going to see a guy race. There it is. I got the gear. I got a motorcycle. I just barely passed the written test, and I got an 80 and had to take it 4 times. And, you know, I did the DMV part where I had to do a U-turn, which this is California, so it's going to be different. It's a CMSP. But in my book, I show you actually how we go over in Chapter 9, the motorcycle license test prep. We actually go over. It's 4 exercises. It's only 4 exercises. You need to know how to do a straight line weave. You need to know how to do a tight turn with a U-turn. How to stop and how to swerve. That's it. You take the written, you do that, you got your freaking license. It's weird. I get it. I studied the UK's mod stuff, and it's like, that's a better system. But this is what we see. A lot of people are like, I got a license. I'm good. And then they get a powerful bike, maybe no gear, helmet at least, so they could put a GoPro on it. Because I feel like people treat helmets like they're attachment points for cameras. They don't get a helmet because they think it's going to protect my skull. They get it because it's like, I need a chin bar so I can put a GoPro on it. So like their method is, I don't care what the gear does. It needs to serve the purpose of me riding like an idiot and getting footage. That's why I think people are thinking right now. Gear is supposed to mitigate the severity of injury if you crash. It's not going to prevent injury. It's not going to save your life if it's like you're going 150. It's going to possibly prevent it. If you're riding a motorcycle and you have motorcycle jacket, let's just say motorcycle jacket, and you hit the ground hard and you hit your right arm pretty hard, all it's going to do is absorb some of the impact. So maybe you have a hairline fracture instead of just complete destruction of your elbow. And you're going to feel like it's a rug burn, but it's not going to rip skin because of the abrasions, because you're sliding. So you're going to feel it, but it's not going to be ripping flesh, and you're not going to have gravel in your skin. So you're going to have to deal with the healing. Now, if you don't have any gear, like I said, it's going to do all that. So I don't think people are thinking that way. And so when you see somebody doing this, he was obviously going faster than the flow of traffic. Now, I wonder what that car was doing. That's what the car was doing. He's got his hood up. It's a broken down car. How did we not see the car being tiny way back here? Like, we're far away. The car's like tiny. And we're speeding. And it becomes big. It keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, bigger. That means we're getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. And if it's getting bigger quicker, it means we're getting to it quicker. Because all we're trying to do is this. If you're going to get into this is a PSA for everyone, okay? If you want to get into motorcycle riding because you just want to go fast, you're going to die. If that's the mindset you have, I want to ride a motorcycle because I want to know what it feels like to ride really fast, and I want to ride fast, and that's what I'm going to do. All my buddies keep talking about how they're going out in the mountains riding 60, 70 miles an hour, which they're bullshitting you. They're probably going 40, 45, and they want to say they're going 60, 65, 70. Maybe they did it on a straightaway, but they make it sound like it's cooler because that's what they're doing. It's a story. And you're like, I want to do that too. So then you go off and you go do 70 miles an hour. You barely even got your permit. You don't have any gear. And you're going to be going 70 in the mountains. And you don't know how to corner. You don't know how to do any of that stuff. You're going to go off the side. If you want to ride a motorcycle because you want to go fast, at some point you're going to crash and possibly die. If you want to ride a motorcycle because it's something you've always wanted to try, and you want to be safe because you have a family or you have a job or you have something you want to take care of and you just want to treat it like it's almost like pickleball, or you want to treat it like it's some kind of hobby like golf, or you want to just do something like this, there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. Get some training. And you're going to have an enjoyable time on the motorcycle. But if your mindset is, I'm going to speed and go crazy, that's that whole thing. It's not if, but when. It's for those people. You don't have to have that mindset. It's not if I crash, it's when I crash. If you train with the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System, or you go off and you get training at the MSF or whatever, please do all of it. I recommend doing this and MSF. You're going to have the mindset of, I need to make it home. And you'll start riding like that. You're not going to ride very long if you're going to ride like this guy. But now, it's time to rescue. Because I know this stuff happens. I know you're in a group ride. You decide I'm going to ride like a smart rider. My friend's never going to do it. It is what it is. Well, okay, cool. Anytime I ride with you, I'm gonna rescue you in case you crash. And that's part of the system. Learn how to rescue somebody after a crash. Because I fully anticipate people not paying attention to me, not really caring what I have to say. And they're like, I will figure it out on my own. And then this kind of stuff happens. Why are we holding on to the mirror? We got these vertical videos. Oh, bike starts to shake. Oh, my Lanta. We are dodging into some poles. But we're gonna go ahead and do a wheelie, probably dump the bike here. Nope, we're just gonna hit the side-by-side. Hey, we're sitting in the back. Why do we have a side-by-side out here? Well, it's just like an... Oh... This is why I don't park behind people. Park off to the side. In case they back up, you can go that way. I never park. You cannot Flintstone yourself back quick enough. Especially at gas stations or intersections. That's how I do it. I mean, obviously, you're not... Anyways. If you guys pay attention to the plan method, it's in the chapter. I explain all of it. This is just a good visual.
Alles gut.
Same thing. Yeah, Blackbird. Blows my mind how many people in cars reverse without looking. Yeah, people...
Even at low speed, keeping
There's just... It's not just motorcycle riders that can be idiots. It's everybody. What do we got here? Okay, he's just kind of chilling, cruising. Is he gonna run into us? Pay attention, group rides. Pay attention, just because this is like... I'm gonna point this out a little bit. Maybe she's not watching. I didn't share the link with her, but it's like when I'm with my girlfriend and we leave like a store. You know how like when you leave a store and now you're entering the parking lot, there's traffic right between the store and the people that are parked, right? So there's traffic, right? Left and right, all that stuff. She's like this person right here, where it's like if Daniel goes, I go. If this person's like, if this person's going, I'm going. There's no thinking. It's a follow. And so I make sure I try to hold her hand. And I'm looking left and right. And she's looking down or looking in La La Land. Which is what I want her to be able to do. I want her to be able to do that. Trust me, like being on hypervigilance all the time is not very fun. But it's my job. So I'm holding her hand. And if I'm looking left and right, I see a car coming, she's still going. I have to hold her back. That's fine. It's my job. I'm going to look left and right. That's kind of the same thing here. I think so. I think it's the absent-mindedness type thing when you're in a group ride. Is that if you're following a leader, you're kind of not paying attention. And so when the leader stops, you're like, oh crap, what happened? And then you hit or you crash or whatever it is. This is why in a group ride, I want you guys to ride your own ride. You hear that all the time, but ride your own ride. And what does that like? What does that mean? What it means is that you're not just following the person in front of you. You're riding with other people, but you're still being the vigilant one for your own safety. You're not letting the other people dictate things. You are dictating your own stuff. You are in control of your own stuff. And the best way to practice that before you get into a group ride and actually see it, because it's a little bit more intense in a group ride, is that when you're riding out on the roads by yourself, think of it as you are actually riding in a group ride. You're just riding in a group with cars. And you're riding in a group with cars that don't care if you're riding in the group with them. They're going to turn out in front of you, all these other things. Uncle alert, what the heck? I don't know what this is. I appreciate that when you debut. I guess I am that. I don't know if that's a derogatory thing or not, but I feel like I'm an uncle for a lot of people, I guess. But like that's the mentality, is that when you're in a group ride, you distracted me. In a group ride with other cars. So when you're riding by yourself and there's cars, think of it as group ride. So you're riding staggered. You know, you're not side by side with a car. You're not in the blind spots like you would in a group ride. You know, people, they're going to do whatever they want. You're going to do whatever you want. But the main thing is that we're all just I'm just trying to keep myself safe, and I'm paying attention the whole time. I'm not just following the car in front of me. And you kind of do that when you're driving your car, especially on the highway. It's like, I'm just going to go because this guy's, going. Always pay attention. You are your own person. Do not follow. I appreciate that. I don't even know what those jewels are. It was funny because it popped up on the chat. Appreciate that, Iced. What the heck? 100 jewels? What's jewels? I appreciate that. Repair Studio 4940. This guy decided to crash. And he has the time stone. I thought Thanos had it. Is this Doctor Strange? Is this Doctor Strange? I appreciate you guys in chat. So if you guys are watching this afterwards, we do this live. I took last 2 weeks off, but Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, we have the chat over here throwing some jewels at my face. For those of you that are throwing jewels, grabbing yourself an extra slice of pizza. I appreciate that. We're gonna get back to the class stuff. So here we go. So he just went wide, a little bit fast, low-sided, reverse time. Is it jewel a penny? I don't know what it is. I appreciate that though. It's fun. You guys can interrupt all you want. All right, so nice little impact. We're probably going a little too fast. Now we're gonna go ahead and make sure we ensure our own safety. Moving on. That's an open lane pattern from the motorcycle point of view. So the guy on the far right did not want to be behind the red car. Obviously, we're following our buddy, but did not want to be behind the red car. I'm sure our buddy decided that too. So we switched lanes without looking. And then we switched to the open lane right here. So cars do that. Cars will switch to the open lane and hit us. So as motorcycle riders, we should probably be doing better. But this shows that it's a human thing. He went to the open lane. Now, any of these cars to his right might want to do the same thing. But look where we're at in our position for safety. If they want to do the same thing, we're not in the best spot either. So if you were going to switch lanes and do what he just did, I would move more off here. Now, it looks like this guy might be turning left for some reason. Oh, there it is. I wasn't paying attention to him. I was paying attention to him. That person decided to switch over, and he's having to swerve. You see the same stuff all the time. I want to make that a point, and we're spending. Today is a day that we're spending some time. I want to make it a point. I really want to make it a point here, is that if we're seeing the same stuff all the time in these MotorStars videos, and the same crash, different crashes and close calls, but if we're seeing the same stuff and same reasons why these crashes and close calls happen, it starts to make you think. This is a common problem. How do we solve a common problem? We need to have a very common, easy solution to that. So if we can solve a common problem, now we really only have uncommon problems. And those, since they're uncommon, don't happen that much. We still want to have solutions for those, but if we can solve the common problem that motorcycle riders run into, that's going to have a huge network effect, basically, for all riders. And we could possibly reduce crashes and close calls for the common stuff. Because then after you solve the common stuff, then now the common stuff will be the uncommon stuff. So you solve that too. And then before you know it, something else pops up. So you just have to constantly keep solving problems. But if we see the same things, let's solve it. Oh, he's swerving left. But yeah, oh, never mind. There it is. Good job. Speeding. Not paying attention. Not paying attention. Look forward when you are riding. Look forward when you are riding. I kind of like that now they're filming all in vertical because I'm off into the blur area. So I'm not blocking anything. You just don't get to see like the wide area. All right, construction up ahead. So we're going to have to possibly... Oh. Was not very good. and not hitting the cones, might want to practice the Smart Rider drills. 10 cones, set up once, you get 24 drills to practice. And just, you set up the cones and you can do all 24. You never have to touch the cones again. Yeah, it hurts. Side of the vehicle, they're not slowing down. Good job, roll off the throttle, applying the brakes, swerving into a new lane, swerving back, go ahead and downshift, upshift, all that stuff. Go ahead and get going, move on. Very good. Handled it. Go ahead and get a little angry. It is what it is, but pay attention ahead of you. Pedestrian. Why are you going to the left of the pedestrian? You should go behind the pedestrian. He just wanted the footage. Like I said, a lot of these people just get helmets because they would need a camera to attach it to. All right, hit some gravel because we went a little too wide. We were going from highway speeds to the off-ramp. Maybe took it a little bit late. We took it the appropriate spot. He took it a little bit late, probably because they weren't communicating, hey, this is the exit we need to take. Once again, get a Cardo Pack Talk Edge. Links in description. Right now it's 10% off. Sometimes they do 20% off. But right now it's 10% off. That way you can talk, be like, hey, our exit is coming up in 1 mile. Exit 287. That way everyone knows. You can prep for it. I like to get in the far right lane about a mile or two, typically about 2 miles before my exit, and I just sit in the right lane, go in the appropriate speed. Exit comes up, I'm right there. I'm not trying to rush from the far left to the right. I know when the exit's coming up in about a mile or two, I'm going to switch over to the right, mile and two ahead. I've been doing that my whole life. It was something my dad taught me a while back when I first started driving. It's something that stuck. One of the few things he taught me that was good. All right, here we go. Stop. Everyone stops. Very good. I wouldn't have got into the spot. I would have stopped, but it worked. Beautiful compression on this one. Side of the vehicle. Be good on the editing. It's very clear, but it's 4:3 aspect ratio. Anyways, moving on. The R1 guy official. Oh, now we're getting. What happened? Yes, yeah, it's 4:3. It's not 16:9. Maybe that's why it looks good. So we dropped the bike. So we're aimed the other way. Like we're entering this area that we're in. Maybe that guy cut off too short. The wheel's on the wrong side of the road, or wrong side, so I'm assuming she cut over into his lane and he barely made it and just dropped the bike. So that she's dumb. But there's no reason to do property damage like that. Good swerve. Make it. I hope you make it, dude. You did a good job picking something. Good job. So when I said that is that most people freeze. I want you to do one of three things. And I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of the times, like my default is swerve. I will do braking if I'm going at a low speed. And if I'm going at low speed, braking is a good one, and emergency acceleration is a good one. But for the most part, at speed, whatever the speed limit is, like at speed, swerving is typically one of the best things you can do. That's why it's so important to have an escape route at all times. Because it's like, oh, something happened, boom, go to my escape route that I picked. So him getting through here, trying to rush through, I would have probably just stopped. But I'm glad he did a swerve and got out of that. Idiot! So, Blackbird, I really pray if I ever am unfortunate enough to get in a situation, I don't freeze. So how do you get to that point? That's a great statement. How do you get to the point where you don't freeze in an emergency situation? I don't want you guys ruminating. I don't want you guys like playing it over in your head all the time. We typically do that for like conversations that we don't want to have. Those are like our emergency situations in like a conversational speak. But when it comes to the physical aspect of things, like motorcycle riding, you already wrote it in the chat. I see it. You have to practice. So with that conversation that you need to have, that conflict, that confrontation you need to have with your boss, your wife, whatever it is, and you want to do it right, you want to make it to where, it's a win-win-win. So you ruminate, maybe write it out, like try to figure out the speech or whatever it is that you're going to talk about, the key points, all that stuff. So that's fine for a conversation, but you're doing all the practice in here. You can't do all the practice in here to apply it to this. You have to do all the practice out there in the parking lot so it can apply to this. You're doing the muscle memory for your brain for a conversation. You need to do muscle memory for your body for the body situation. The drills help out tremendously. All the practice stuff that I have in the system does that. So you need to practice so you don't freeze. It's kind of the same thing. Like if you didn't think about the confrontation, all of a sudden the confrontation comes to you, you're like, I don't know. It's usually that's the feeling of freezing is like, I don't know. You want to know. So practice.
Shit, dude.
How you doing, Solo?
Oh my God.
It's a good song. I might have to mute it though. Write in the comments if you heard what that was. It's a good song. I'm not going to play it again. I have to mute it. So we're frozen right here. There we go. Fall apart. All right. So we're getting through. Oh, we're going to go wide. It's a sharper turn than we thought it would be. So we went wide. Yeah, Blackbird. You got it. Got some good chatters in the chat today. Side of the vehicle. So you guys have been noticing that I've been saying side of the vehicle, right? Have you guys been seeing the intersections? Like all the intersections? Probably. Maybe you missed a few. There's so many intersections, they start to get blurred out of your mind. Like when you're riding a lot or driving a lot, you go through, let's say you go to work. It's a 20-minute commute. You probably go through like 20 plus intersections, right? Do you remember every intersection? Like right now, if you think about today's work, you're probably at work right now, guys. You're not paying attention to work. Do you remember every single intersection? No. So do you remember out of those 20 intersections, the one person that did this? Yeah. You can almost like visualize the intersection itself, the make and model of the car, the color of the car, the actual driver, because you actually got to see the driver. Probably. Yeah. So that's why I point out side of the vehicle. I'm not saying, hey, intersection, hey, intersection, hey, intersection, intersection. I'm pointing out side of the vehicle. Now, how can you have a side of the vehicle on the road like this in intersections? Cross intersections, T intersections, roundabouts. You're going to find the side of the vehicle in these situations. Okay? So when you're out in the jungle, are you being like tree, 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 or are you trying to point out the freaking tiger? Are you looking out for the tiger or are you looking for trees? Right? I guess that's more of a, but bears. You're looking for bears, you're not looking for trees. I'm not looking for intersections, I'm looking for the side of the vehicle. If I see lights, cool, intersection. It is what it is, just like I'm walking through the forest. Oh, it's a tree, cool. Intersection, cool. What typically happens in intersections? Left turners, side of the vehicles. Okay, I'm going to look for left turners inside of the vehicles. I'm in the forest. I see a tree, a tree, a tree. Okay, I'm going to be looking for a bear or a mountain lion. That's what I'm looking for. So whenever you're riding, don't try to overwhelm yourself by staring at intersections and just focusing on intersections. You're going to have 20 plus on one commute to work. Focus on trying to find the side of the vehicle or left turners. It's going to happen in intersections, but that's what you need to look for. And that's when I talk about relevant threats, because I don't want you guys overwhelmed if I have to find everything. No, you only have to find a few things, and that's a relevant threat, and they only become active when they get in front of you. I could see a bear across the river. It's still kind of scary because they can run fast, but let's just say it's down the canyon. I see a bear with binoculars. I'm assessing if it's a relevant threat. It's not going to be able to get to me quick. It doesn't even know I'm there. But it's like I see it. Now, it's only an active threat if it's literally like looking at me and close. How do I navigate the active threat? I'm going to trip my friend and I'm going to run. It's not advice. What's up, dog? What's up, dog? It's a Jack Russell rat. No, it's not a rat terrier. It's a Jack Russell Terrier. I love Jack Russells. I really do. My dog was a Jack Russell rat terrier. It looked like that, but it was short hair. I actually trimmed my dog to look like a rat terrier. That's what I tell the groomers. Like, just make her look like a rat terrier. Oh, he got angry. They are hunting dogs. So Jack Russell rat terrier, they chase rats. These guys chase rabbits, so they're hunting dogs. They have a prey drive. So the fact that you moved and looked weird, it was staring you down. They want to attack. It's just in their DNA. She should know better. The owner should know better in terms of like knowing their dog, but it worked. Also, get your dog's harnesses, especially if they're small dogs like this. Get your dog's harnesses, because if you do have to yank, you're not yanking the neck. It was mean mugging. Alright, we're passing in the same lane. I'm not a big fan of that. We're going to go ahead and hit this car with a passenger. Oh my gosh. So, don't do that. But what I like, if you are going to ride with your girlfriend or a passenger all the time, doesn't have to be your girlfriend, it could be your kid, it could be you could be the girlfriend and your boyfriend rides on the back. It's all cool. I don't care. This thing is so nice. Get one of those. If you're going to be doing it often enough, just go and get one of those. They get a nice little hand grip. They're connected to the motorcycle, not connected to you. Because you want to be free flowing. I mean, you feel them there, you hit the brakes a little bit, you get a little love tap on the back of your helmet from their helmet. That tells you need to be a little bit smoother. That's a nice little indicator of being smooth on the bike. If your passenger keeps hitting the back of your head with their helmet, it means you're being a little too fast on the brakes. Maybe you're a little too fast on the acceleration. They do this and they do that. But if they're holding onto the bike, it actually helps you out. So get one of those things. I don't know what they're called. Gas tank holders, passenger handguards. Look it up. Should be easy to install. Highly recommend that. She's pissed at him. She's all smacking him. Broke the mirror. Get off the road. Get off the road. Don't be staying on the road. Get in front or get behind. I'd get in front. Get in front of the car. Because if somebody hits, they'll hit the car, not me. Get in front of the car. Have my passenger be off the shoulder into the grass area over here. Stay over here. Let me handle this. So that's hands-off rescue. It doesn't have to be somebody bleeding out. If you get into a fender bender like this and get into like a little crash like this, remain calm, ensure your own safety. There's no bleeding. There's no other issue. So you can do hands-off rescue. You really just have to remain calm, ensure your own safety. Simple as that. So that means getting off off the road and get over there. The Dan band, yeah, I know. I love it. Totally Eclipse of the Heart. You got it. All right. Somebody decides to cut us off. Not a big deal. Let them enjoy their day. We're enjoying ours on a motorcycle. Ooh, fuck. All right. Whatever that means. We're going to check where we need to go. We're stopped in the middle of the road. It looks like we're stopped at a stop, though. So, Dum decided to hit us. Maybe we weren't supposed to stop. But who knows? Side of the vehicle right there. Nice little swerve. Get back in. See, even at slow speeds, a swerve. Hey, we're going 126, 130, 136, 133, 134. A little swerve, but high speeds, you're cutting it close. Cutting it real close. Almost hit the guardrail. So if you guys like this kind of stuff and the way I teach, grab yourself a slice of pizza, hit subscribe. If you really, 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 really want to, grab the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. There's some new things coming up. I have I'm working on, if by the time you see this, I have the app out there. So if you get this, you're going to get this too. You'll get it in your email. So that's going to make it to where it's going to be done this weekend. So I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Woo-wee. We have 2 more to go. We're at 3 hours. I don't know if I'm going to make it to. I'm a little tired. A little tired. I didn't realize that was 3 hours. I might have to cap it. I might have to cap it to where it's like we do 3 hours of videos and then we can hang out and chat. No worries, Elad. It's just good to have you here. It's good to have you here. I with the app thing, like that's what I was trying to do with school. It just I have not found a platform that does what I want. And that's how I started. I became an MSF writer coach, and it just doesn't do exactly what I want. And I became an accident scene management instructor, and it just doesn't do exactly what I want. And then I was like, I'll do stop the bleed, tactical emergency casualty care. It just doesn't do exactly what I want. And then, as a firefighter, I was trying to make changes, and it's like this fire department could be a lot better in certain ways, quality of life type of improvements at least. No, nothing. So I think that's one of the big problems, or one of the things that gets entrepreneurs going is like, it's just not the thing that I want, so I have to make the thing that I want. And like I'm making the system that I wish I had. And I'm so proud of it. Like I'm looking at it and it's like, this is because the MSF doesn't teach street strategy, doesn't have parking lot drills you can do by yourself because they want you to do everything at their place, which is fine. They teach you how to ride, but that you can learn how to ride on your own. You got parking lot drills. They don't teach anything about rescue. And so accident scene management does teach about rescue, but it doesn't teach stop the bleed. And I think there's a lot of bleeding control problems because I was a firefighter and people are bleeding out all the time after a motorcycle crash. So I added stop major bleeds and I was like, okay, cool. So, stop the bleed teaches all this, but it doesn't teach, how to ensure your own safety, because that's a big thing. Firefighters will get hit. A lot of people get hit on these. Remaining calm's a big part because it's the mental aspect. They don't have that in there. So it's like I just took the best of everything and added just my flavor to everything. And I created new things. Like I can't take anything from MSF, obviously, because it's its own thing. This is the MSF stuff. I was an instructor, so it's like I can't use search, evaluate, execute. So I came up with the plan method. I think it's more robust. Rescue is a little bit more robust for other things. I don't know where I was going. I just feel like chatting. So that's why, like with the app, it's like all these platforms they design it for like the general use purpose. It's like I want to make it exactly, how I want it. So like, and you can track your progress. So I did it. Move on to the next, but it keeps my progress right here. I could switch over to rescue. I could switch over to training drills. I go back to riding smart. I can look at the whole system, see where I'm at. It's like I need to check off these. Okay, so let's check off minimum gear. Okay, cool. I got all that gear. Move on to the next. Did that. Move on to the next. Okay, did that. So let's go ahead and do this. Did that. So here's the next one, what the standard is and what you'll need. I do that. Boom. I just completed getting started on that. So I designed it for my system. And that will go for everyone that bought the system. So if you get the system now, even the digital version, you're going to get an email this weekend. I think I have to end it. My voice is starting to go out. I don't know why. I actually probably need to get that checked. But I filmed the video, so rescue should be good. I'm going to fix all that, edit, do all that stuff. And this weekend, if you bought the system, you're going to get an email saying, hey, here's the link, download the app. And then anybody after that buys the system will automatically just get it in the email after they buy it. So they'll get the companion app, they'll get the books. You can print off the digital if you want. If you have the physical book, you have a digital as a backup. Time to record some metal vocals. Yeah. So like I'm trying to make it to where the system is just so good for the person that wants to learn how to ride a motorcycle on their own. Thanks for everything you do with your channel and plan method, everything. Very helpful stuff. Great education, trained to keep us all safe. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate those kind words. I always like those kind words. I try to give it to other people when they do stuff too. Not just YouTubers, but like, you know, let's end it with this. Let's end it with this. Because I think I'll save these for, maybe I'll do an extra live stream this week because I missed out the last couple. Kind words are very important. We talked about building our patience alongside building our skill set in motorcycle riding today. But your homework for today, guys, it's not motorcycle related. Your homework for this week is every day find something that you're proud of for a loved one. It could be a friend, wife, husband, kid, parent, uncle, aunt, whatever. It doesn't matter. Actively search for something that you're proud of that they did recently and say that you're proud of them for it. Not just say, hey, I'm proud of you. And they're like, what? Why? It's like, I'm proud of you for getting up early every single morning and going to the gym and being consistent with it. That's a great habit to have. Like something like that. That's your guys' homework for this week. So every day, find something. It doesn't have to be the same person. It could be, if you do your wife, if you say you're proud of your wife today, think about a friend and then text it the next day. And then the next day, pick someone else. And the next day, pick someone else. So for the next 7 days, if you run out of people, like you don't have a lot of people in your life, do it for yourself for the next 7 days. Every day, pick one thing. Okay? Let's build up our patience. Let's build up the gratitude bank that we have. Let's build our relationships in that way. And then work on our skills when it comes to riding, if you want. But let's work on our relationship skills a little bit here and our own gratitude skills. That's going to help your riding. Okay? I need to make this next purchase. The videos and live streams, I've given a lot of information purposes, but I need to buckle down and put some. Do it, Blackbird. If you get the digital, I mean, the digital is great. You can print it off, but a lot of it's like, if you have a black and white printer, you're going to use up all your black ink. That's for my next book. I'm going to make it to where it's black and white printer friendly. But if you get the physical, if you're in the United States, free shipping. And like I said, you'll get the email when the app is done. So it's going to be, I just filmed the hands off. So it's literally, it's just a matter of making emails. The website and everything, the app, download, all that stuff is good. I just need to make the emails. So that's where I edit, add it to the app, emails. So it's going to be done this weekend. That's what I'm going to be doing today and tomorrow. So I'll start here. I'm proud of you guys for showing up to a motorcycle education live stream. You're here for entertainment, probably a little bit, but you like being able to be a part of a community. I'm assuming, this is all assumptions, being part of a community that wants to be better, wants to ride safer. Maybe you're learning for yourself. So I'm proud of you for taking the step to watching 5, 10, 15 hour long, however it is, and gaining extra knowledge. I want you to take that and apply it to other things in your life. And I'm proud of you for taking that first step. And I'm thankful that you guys are here to watch and grab slices of pizza because we have a lot of leftovers. Thank you guys. Hey, when you debut, thank you so much. Sent a W for 10 jewels. I appreciate that. I have no idea what these jewels are all about, but thank you. Learning, socializing, and entertainment. Perfect. I think that's what we're here for. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the elevator, and I'm gonna be heading out. I'm gonna start editing.